How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 19 of the Weekly Grind, where we grind for 2 hours tonight instead of the typical three because lack of news and information going around before E3. So,
And also, we've all got AIDS.
yeah, we're all
We
extremely
wanted to
sick,
break that to you.
and
It's a special brand of AIDS. It's cancer AIDS.
Yeah.
So yeah.
it's extra harsh.
Cancerous AIDS of the mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. You don't want to come anywhere near us. Well, that's a good rule of thumb in
I'm
general.
streaming,
But
though. You guys can hang out here and watch the stream, but just
no,
don't.
that'll give you AIDS too.
Shh, they don't need to know that.
No.
But, I don't know. As always, you guys can obviously tell, my partner in crime is here, Red Warrior, who plays games badly, also known as Daryl.
Yo, what's up?
We also got Josh Brady joining us once again this week, and it's been a while for you.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, what up, guys? I'm back.
Busy planning suicide bombings. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
suicide bomber that always survives. It's fucking weird, man.
Well, what it is he's never successful.
Yeah, right?
He gets there, and the lighters that he's using is just
Or he gets there and fucking opens his vest and it's hot dogs. Like,
the goddamn guys again.
yeah. Motherfucker shows up with sausages. Fucking dogs attack his
You
ass.
got to get used to the American holidays. April 1st is April Fool's Day. So whenever they send you on a bombing run that day, it's always going to be hot dogs.
Yeah. Oh, shit. But yeah, there's our buddy Adil. He's a good guy.
And welcome back to the show, Adil. You've been missed.
Yeah.
A resident fighting game guru.
Speaking of which, speaking of fighting games, we'll get to this in a minute, but we do have the full roster, or at least the full roster as of the right now, of Mortal Kombat characters to discuss, so that'll be fun.
Definitely excited to talk about that.
Hell yeah. So, before we get underway with the games we've been gaming, we were taking bets, because the last few weeks, my show has been tweeting out on my Twitter account random languages and letting you people know that my show has gone live, and we were wondering what language it was going to tweet out this week. So
It's actually
quick
English.
check.
It's
Alright,
actually
so
English this week,
Actually,
huh?
because I preset the message, so because I preset the message, it must have just went by with it. But if I don't preset the message, it just comes by in some totally different language. So
That was fascinating.
yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, what have you been playing this week, Daryl?
That's a good question, man. I can't for the life of me think of anything, man. Been job hunting and shit, and yeah, really not focused on games. I did play Mario Galaxy briefly, because Nintendo closed down their Club Nintendo. Well, they gave away their final rewards
Oh yeah.
last week.
What was? Cause they were promising physical stuff right now, right?
No, digital, all digital.
Oh man.
And the way they were talking about it, man, was people were thinking, oh, they're going to give away like retail games and shit. They technically did. They gave away Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but I already own that. So pretty much the only thing on the list that was worth anything was Mario Galaxy 2.
Oh no. Well, at least you got that. I mean.
Yeah, and I played a little bit of that. The great thing is, even though the game's icon and whatever lives on the Wii U menu, it boots into Wii mode. So like if you got a save on there from one,
Yeah.
it's all compatible and everything, and it's real cool. I mean, it's not a bad little prize. I mean, it's essentially a free game just for being a Nintendo fan or whatever, buying their games as I would have anyway. So I can't really complain, but Nintendo kind of overhyped it, I think, and drove people's expectations up, and it turned out that it wasn't really quite as good. Yeah.
Nintendo overhyped? Never.
Right. Well, see, their 3DS offerings, like, here, let me bring up the site real quick. I'll tell you if it'll load. I'll tell you what they're giving out. Okay, let's see. Okay, come on, Nintendo. Yeah, that was another of these problems.
Nintendo Priest.
Okay, yeah, really. Well, they were giving away Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS, Mario Golf World Tour, Mario Kart 7, Yoshi's New Island, New Super Mario 2, Mario Party Island Tour, and then on the Wii U side, you could get Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, NES Remix 2, Punch Out, the Wii U or Wii version of Punch Out, Pushmo World, Mario Galaxy 2, and then they had a bunch of DS or 3DS and the like virtual console stuff for that. And, you know, it's not a great selection of stuff, but it's not too bad. But I think this being the end, everybody expected a little bit more than what they actually.
Everyone expected at least one more go at the physical stuff, especially
Right.
with all the amiibo and everything like that.
Well,
you would figure.
Mhm.
Which is funny because when Nintendo announced that Club Nintendo was closing, they immediately followed it with a press release that said, "You guys are going to be getting digital games." So like
Yeah,
the people who were expecting that, it was kind of like, well, you didn't pay attention. So you know.
yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you would have figured they would have wanted to go out with a nice bang. But
Well, yeah,
it
and that's what
it's what it
folks
is, I
figured.
guess. I mean,
That's what folks figured, and it was, you know, kind of disappointing, especially considering their website's a piece of crap that refuses to load properly. And I mean, it took me like 3 days to get in there and get my Mario Galaxy 2 code so I can download it finally.
that's when I understand.
Yeah,
it.
for what I've seen in Japanese web design, they're always, the top notch of 10 years ago on web design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard horror stories about that website crashing.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh yeah. And I really feel bad for the folks who waited until like the last minute to register their games, which was a dumb idea anyway. But yeah, they're.
Yeah, you want to talk about dumb ideas? I gave you my Smash shit.
Oh yeah.
Now I lost free Mewtwo for Smash, so thanks, jackass.
Hey, well, if I get a code for that, I will hook you up, brother. Because I don't have Smash anymore, so.
Like, you act like I want a Mewtwo.
Yeah, well, fuck Mewtwo. Fuck him in his fucking cloned ass. But no.
That's rude.
Well, yeah.
Yes, so
When has
rude.
anything I've ever said not been rude? You.
True.
Yeah, I can't. I was gonna say something very rude to you.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah. I was gonna say your mother fucking smells of elderberries and.
Oh God.
Or-
Okay.
Directly.
Okay. And on that note, Josh, what have you been playing this week?
This is going to sound like deja vu from the past couple episodes, but
I'm gonna guess.
Street Fighter
Hold on. Oh, damn! You beat me for it.
What's up?
Get good at Street Fighter 4 as well as just poking around. I started playing Journey actually finally since I got
Real
to play.
fast. You guys did a stream last night, right?
We did with Gaber Giving had a little. It wasn't
Yeah, no-
exactly a tournament. It was just kind of farting around.
Nobody reminded me. Anyway, yeah. That's okay. I was awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
So has that been like your?
I was massively hungover yesterday, so it wouldn't have been any good.
So has that what been taking up all your time lately?
Well, besides the tons of work that I do on the site and the stuff that I'm doing just to try to
Real
keep
fast.
food.
On that note, April Fool's Day. Cheese was our big go-to prank.
I thought those motherfuckers had forgotten about that shit. Like, that was from, like, 2 months ago. We had this meeting where it's like, yeah, we should do April Fools. And everybody's like, yeah, okay, let's get some ideas. And somebody said cheese. And everybody's like, yeah, cheese. We could do this with cheese and that with cheese. And, okay, fast forward 2 months, and it's actually, like, day before April Fools. Somebody's like, so we doing Super Cheese Land? And I'm like, shit, I wasn't going to do anything for April Fools, but okay, let's do something.
Yep. We
Fucking end
crapped
of the
out a
day,
bunch of articles.
we
We had
had
more
6
content on April Fools than we did for like the last 2 months.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, okay, like, I'm not totally opposed against the whole cheese thing, but it's like, I really wish I would have known, because I didn't come up with this idea until later on in the night, and Josh knows about it, because he responded to it. I should have wrote an article about how cheese is a superior cheese cracker.
Right. Shit. Yeah, I wrote.
busted open the misogyny within the cheese industry.
Yeah.
Daryl
Rampant
wrote
cheese
a very
misogyny.
heartfelt plea to stop using the word, the derogatory, hateful term cheesy, because it,
Yeah.
you know,
Cheesy as a slur.
yeah, cheesy as a slur, and we reviewed a couple cheeses. There was a very in-depth review of some marble cheddar from.
And he reviewed it in the style of a video game review.
And then there was my plea for everybody to, go ahead and drop the hateful anti-cheesekin movement known as Gamergate. They have made us stop getting out of games. It's not you. It's not you gaming. It's
It's
cheese.
the lack of cheese.
Adil, you cannot do that on stream.
Sorry. Bad habit.
I
He-
know.
He's got a problem. He's trying to see people about it, but right now we
Yeah.
encourage him for fight
Even
night.
whenever he's not playing Street Fighter, he just plays with the fight stick.
Right? I know.
No. Like, I'm constantly in the lab doing stuff.
In the-
Especially, like, no. Like,
Did you know he's an accountant now?
Yeah.
oh, yeah. That's
So
what I
that what
do.
you've been playing this week, Adil? You've been playing Street Fighter?
Accounting Fighter 4, thank you very much. But,
Spreadsheet Fighter 4.
yeah. No, it's been Street Fighter 4, Xenoverse, and I just picked up Dark Souls 2.
Nice.
So that's been a lot of fun. But personally, I think it's a lot easier from the first Dark Souls, like especially considering how freaking. I just remembered the first couple of hours of Dark Souls 1,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like,
it's-
what is this fresh hell?
Yeah, it literally, like, I feel weird saying this, but it's not as punishing as one. Like, it definitely,
Mhm.
it doesn't really hold your hand as much as one, but
Right.
it's a lot more direct on where you have to go.
Right.
Whereas one, right off the rip,
Mhm.
you wander into the wrong area and just get fucking annihilated by skeletons that don't die.
Now, see, I was given the choice to either be
Yeah.
castrated or play Dark Souls, and I chose the castration. So, yeah. But my singing voice has never been better.
Yeah, the Souls
In
games are
regards
not for the faint of
to
heart.
Yeah. I've been wanting to try 'em, man. I just never got around to it.
see, Dark Souls is for people who like played hard games growing up, like specifically like Contra.
Hey, man, I played Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and I fucking loved it. Okay.
What a
Barbie's
casual.
or Elmo's Letter Adventure. That was my shit, man.
God, so many casuals.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? You play that game and fucking maintain your sanity and tell me that it's for casuals. Fucking Elmo. Fucking red little son of a bitch.
But yeah, like Dark Souls 2, so far it's way easier. However, like in the beginning, I had a lot of stupid deaths because like it's been a while since I've played a Souls game. Like it's been approximately 3 years since I've beaten Dark Souls 1.
I just realized something. You can only die in video games, man. You can't pull off that suicide bomber shit in real life, but you can die over and over in video games.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
It doesn't make any sense.
I know,
it's
right?
It's like I have plot hacks in real life.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, in regards to Dark Souls 2,
Mhm.
like I died a lot simply because I leapt off an area when I thought I would be alive with a little more health.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it one of those,
Well,
Sounds all too
one
well.
of those games where you can wander into level or areas that you're not supposed to be in?
Yeah.
You could do it in Dark Souls 1 as well. It was
Yeah,
just
for the most part, you can. Sometimes you'll get these kind of indicators, or sometimes it'll be blocked, but most of the time, yeah, you can just waltz right into a place where it's like,
And not know that you're
whoa.
over.
But that's
Yeah.
part of what Dark Souls is. Dark Souls is like through the gameplay mechanics, they try to impress upon you how hopeless it is and how little you know.
yeah.
how
and
much
So
a
it's
lot of-
commentary on life.
Yeah, and a lot of how you get good at that game is not even like you leveling up your own character, but it's you studying the
Stuttering.
attack. Yeah, right.
You made fun of me of that for like 3 weeks ago, so fuck you. See, I was just leveling up
you.
to play that game, man.
But it's you studying the attack animations of the enemies and learning
Yeah.
whenever they're all have an open attack and shit like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Like I feel like even in that regard, the enemies are a lot easier to predict. And
Yeah.
not just that, like they're slower in some movements, especially in the opening area. Because like I remember the opening area of Dark Souls 2. Well, not the actual opening area, but like once you got to the castle area, right before. It's very. Even in Dark Souls 1, like those enemies were faster. The enemies in Dark Souls 2, they seem stiffer and slower. Another thing I have. Something I've noticed is the level design is much weaker. I actually like the fact that you could accidentally veer off into an area you're not supposed to be at, simply because it tells you which places you can't. Yeah, what's up?
I was going to say Dark Souls 2 is more kind of like a hub-based world, whereas you got a hub in the middle and you can go out to your different areas, whereas Dark Souls 1 is more just this open area.
Yeah.
It had its hub-like areas though, like what was the very first bonfire? Like you could get to the Valley of the Drakes if you went down the elevator. You could get to fucking, I don't know what the hell, Blighttown or whatever.
Yeah.
Across the bridge right by there. Like, it was all, like, real simple from that one first bonfire. But at the same time, they kind of deactivated that bonfire as soon as the fire spirit died, so.
Mm-hmm. I know, that's exactly why I always killed that one guy at the beginning.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
you just-
guys. I just had a stroke. This is so fascinating, but let's move on. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I actually got distracted by something shiny and figured I'd break into back into this by being a total dick. So, sorry about that, but
Daryl, leave.
yeah.
You're no longer.
Okay. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'll see you assholes on the other side.
Wait, Daryl.
Oh, God damn it. What did you do to him?
Wait, did he
I'm
actually
sorry.
leave? Oh, motherfucker. There he is.
Then I realized that I'm nothing without you guys, so I'm back.
But, alright. So, now you guys want to dig into our fucking 4 topics for tonight before we start talking about the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, go ahead and click that link and it'll open up the tab for you.
Yeah, we doing the Mortal Kombat first?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Oh shit. There's a
Okay.
lot of fighters.
But yeah, boy, we have the friggin'.
Hey, isn't
They say
Tanya,
that we have the full roster, but then they go into say rumored fighters.
isn't Tanya
Yeah.
from Mortal Kombat 4?
I think she might have made her appearance in 3, actually.
Nah.
Let me check
She
it
made
out.
her first appearance in Mortal
Mortal Kombat
Kombat
4.
Mythology
Oh, okay.
Sub-Zero. She was in Mortal Kombat Mythologies as well, but the first like fighting game was Mortal Kombat 4, and she was one of the more reviled characters if I remember correctly.
Like, I don't know, like, we'll just take down the list one at a time. Like, we
Yeah.
got Tanya confirmed. I honestly never bothered to play as her. She just wasn't that unique.
Yeah,
I
she was
mean,
in
I
like
really,
Deception, right?
Deception and Deadly Lines.
That's interesting. I'm looking at the current roster, and then I'm looking at the rumored fighters.
Uh huh.
Um,
Is Kung
Or-
Jin like Kung Lao's cousin or something?
yeah, a cousin.
Uh.
There's Borai Cho, Cabal, Smoke, Cyrax, Rain, Striker, Nightwolf, and Fujin, and Baraka. Now, here's something I need to mention. In the previous game, a lot of these characters died. Even
Even Liu Kang, though, but Liu Kang's been confirmed, so why wouldn't you bring back some of these other characters as well, even if it's just for multiplayer sake?
Yeah, true. See now.
Which is probably what it is. I would imagine they're not gonna feature in the story mode.
No. Liu Kang is actually in the story mode. According to us. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
because the DLC, because he's part of the DLC, and the DLC has story.
Oh,
What
no,
are the
no, no,
well?
no,
The Elder
he's
Gods
not
could bring him
DLC.
back, right?
Oh, I thought he
He's
was
not
part of the
DLC.
DLC.
No,
No,
he is
the
not
DLC
DLC.
pack is Jason, Predator, Tremor, and I
Your
think
mom.
is it Tanya?
It's my mom. It's my
Oh,
mom.
it's actually unknown whether he'll be a standard or a DLC right now.
My mom is the next character, guys. Come on.
No.
Yeah, okay. It actually says at the very top of the list, Predator, Tanya, Tremor, and Jason are confirmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tanya, I would prefer Jade. Is Cortana Melina? Melina's there. Is
Now, see,
Cortana?
my understanding is that
Cortana.
not Cortana.
Kitana.
No, Katana. She's in it, right? And I heard
Katana.
no.
Melina. I don't see
I thought
He was
Katana
dead
anywhere.
too.
I thought, Katana's in it. I've seen her. And
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah,
has
she's
some
there,
of
okay.
Jade's moves or something like that. Jade isn't in it. She was folded
Maybe
in.
that's okay. Maybe all right. I see why that is.
Yeah.
I
No,
still
no,
would
no.
prefer Jade over Tanya, though. Honestly.
But it looks like we're going to get a lot of Mortal Kombat 4 story in here. Of course, changed by the...
Let's talk to the fighting expert on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, because Adil knows everything because he plays fighting games. Hey, tell us what the story's going to be like in 3 weeks when we get to play this game, man.
It's gonna be a clusterfuck because like half these characters
Are dead?
are supposed to be dead.
Right.
Dude, that's the thing about,
Yeah,
You
like
have
a lot
a,
of these characters are dead.
Yeah.
that's the
Like,
thing
how
about
the hell
That's why I'm
fantasy
confused.
type fucking
Where did Jacqueline
storylines. Who
Briggs
gives a
come
fuck?
Briggs come from? Like was she an infant during this thing? Was
I
like
have
fucking...
no idea, man. It's the
Yeah,
same
somebody
thing.
got the fucking
Sonya-
Dragon Balls and wished them all back.
It's the same thing with what's her name? Cassie Cage, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, see, Johnny Cage and Sonya were one of the 2 characters that survived. Or they were the only, like, weren't they the only
Two
2?
human.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
two humans that survived. Sub-Zero can be written off because of the fact that like there's multiple Sub-Zeros.
Yeah,
It's
there's
not
his
just
brother
one.
and shit like that. So there's
Yeah.
a good chance that not this one, but the following one, we'll see Noob Saibot.
Ooh, my alcohol is turning into a fucking. Oh, that's awesome. Anyway,
Yeah,
but
what do you think about the addition of Predator, Adil? You think that'll be?
I think that'll be.
Oh god damn it! The laughing man says Liu Kang is the Superman of Ed Boon's creation. Killing him only shocked us the first time.
yeah, didn't they kill him back in Deadly Alliance?
Deadly Alliance, yes, to kill him at
Yeah.
Deadly Alliance. And then he came back in Deception as a zombie.
And then he got his body back somehow.
Yeah, if you
Oh, I just realized, dude.
busted your ass and you unlocked all
When
the
you-
extra costumes and shit for him, you can
Yeah.
actually play as him revived.
Dude, check it out. When you finally beat Dragon Ball, you're gonna find out that the ending is fucking Goku using the Dragon Balls to wish all the Mortal Kombat characters back to life.
Dragon Ball X
there we go,
Dragon Ball
guys.
X Mortal
Figure it out.
I knew it.
That's it. That's it. That's why like nobody's
Goku wins the
beaten
Mortal Kombat tournament.
yet. Oh shit. And then the final ultimate boss of Mortal Kombat is gonna be
Cell.
Yeah,
It's
Cell.
actually Cell.
Kid Buu absorbed Shao Kahn.
Oh shit. But yeah,
okay, that's okay. Predator, you think he'll be a nice addition to the lineup?
I haven't. Now, see, I haven't bothered watching the.
I think
the
it'll be a
trailer
decent
yet.
addition. I think it'll be in the.
Somebody told me he's got like a lot of
I haven't
reptile-esque
either,
moves
but like,
in the sense that he'll go into cloak mode
Yeah.
and shit. Use his
yeah,
shoulder
that's
cannons
what
and
I've
shit.
noticed.
Yeah.
Like I think he would be a mixture of freaking reptile and what's his face? Not Cyrax. Sector.
Sector?
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, mixture.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you ever play as Freddy in the last one?
No, actually,
okay.
I never did.
Okay.
He seemed boring to me. Like all
Yeah.
these like
That was my
alternate
take.
universe. All these alternate universe characters, like
Mhm.
they don't seem that interesting to me, to be honest.
Well, see, and that was my take. Like, I mean, I was a big Freddy Krueger fan, and so I was like, yeah, man. And then
Yeah,
playing him was just kind of like, eh.
I kind of with you on that. Like Predator and Jason, as cool as it is to be able to play as them, they're just novelty.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how Freddy. I mean, even Freddy's fatalities were kind of weak.
Like don't get me wrong, I was more of a Jason fan back in the slasher era, so to be able to have him in the game this time around is awesome. But it's still just a novelty.
Yeah.
Tremor, that seems like a better addition than Predator and Jason, just because of the fact that he exists in that universe.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is this a returning character?
Yeah, he made his appearance in the Jax game. What the fuck was it? It was like Sub-Zero, but
Special
Special Forces. Yeah.
Yes, he made his appearance there, and then he came back as a special DLC character for the PSP version.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Mortal
Unchained?
Kombat 9. Yeah, I think that might have been it,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, because I know he wasn't. I had the PSP one, and it pretty much had everything that the complete edition had, but nothing additional aside from some like new touchscreen games and shit.
Yeah,
But
he was he's an Earth Ninja. That's what it is.
Uh.
They just didn't palette swap like they've done in previous games. So they
Right.
Actually give
So I'm guessing he has Earth-based powers.
yeah.
Yeah, like one of his main abilities in I think it's Unchained, where he could punch the ground and lift your character, lift the enemy up off the ground, and pretty much juggle them for a couple hits.
Huh, kind of like
That's-
Rain.
Yeah.
Didn't Rain have that ability? Oh
Rain-
no, Ermac.
Yeah, Ermac could do it, but Rain had Rain's ability in previous games.
Lightning.
He would literally hit them with a fucking ball, lift them up, and then hit them with lightning. That
Yeah.
was if you train the specials together.
You had a pretty good combo system. You hit him with the lightning, and then you can do that combo of his that kicks him across the other side of the screen, and then hit him with the ball, bring him up, uppercut. And
Yep.
Yeah.
those
That's
games.
That's why a lot of people wanted him to come back, is because he was like that badass.
Nice.
Like, okay.
There's no announcement whether or not he'll make it into the roster. And being
See, the
only
only-
a couple weeks out, who knows?
Who, Rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's rumored. Yeah.
See, the only thing I'm disappointed by so far is like they still have a block button in the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, I'm one of those fighting game guys that's like, if you have a block button, kill yourself.
Were you thinking
You
that they
like,
should have gotten more like
backstepping.
Injustice?
You like the backstep and block.
Yeah. Like, I'm just used to it. Like, not to mention most fighting games go with that formula because it makes sense in a 2D field of playing. I mean, 2D playing. You don't just have high-low mix-ups. You have, back-forward mix-ups as well.
Well, and the thing that never, made sense about Mortal Kombat having a dedicated block button is it doesn't free you up for any additional maneuvers. Like, having access to hit back while you're blocking, you're stationary, just like you would be in a Street Fighter game. So really, what's the point? It's just an additional input to have to worry about.
Yeah, especially on a controller where you're limited on buttons anyway. I mean.
Right.
No, agreed. Then we also have the fact, like, it's not like Smash. People talk trash on Smash, saying like it's not a fighting game. It's not a fighting game. It's not a fighting game.
Well,
but
it's
like
a fighting game. What you make of it? Like if you try to make it a good in-depth fighting game, you can make it a good in-depth fighting game. But all
for sure.
on how you're willing to play it.
Yeah, but here's another thing I would like to point out about the Smash's guard system.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Smash guard system is more based on parrying. That guard can do multiple things. It can you can use it to parry. You can use it to dodge roll. You can use it to block attacks, and it's not like an unlimited block. The guard can be broken if you abuse it too much. And Mortal Kombat doesn't have that. That's why I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just too simplistic for what it can do. If you have a dedicated block button, you should be able to do more than just block. There should be more of a mechanic to it.
Right.
Yeah, like where you have in Soul Calibur, you got the
8-way run,
the pushes and stuff like that, where you can press block at the same time and like start pushing through things.
And can't you initiate the the free roaming
parries and shit
from a blocking stance as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're not locked in, and that's the thing about Mortal Kombat. You're just straight up locked into it. So why not just have it be the back button? Like, well, and I guess part of that is that there are inputs that actually use like press back forward punch or whatever. Maybe that's the thinking.
Well, yeah, but that you have those in Street Fighter. You have those in SNK games as well.
Well,
so
sure.
I don't see that as an excuse.
MK is more tapped in charge.
The deals does get good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just wondering if that's their thinking. I'm not defending it. I'm just wondering if maybe that's
trying to go on devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Oh no, I completely understand what you're saying, but even then,
you think it's still indefensible?
Yeah,
it's indefensible.
Really
Man, I'd love to actually sit down with Ed Boon and discuss some of this with him. To be honest.
Yeah.
I know we never get in touch with him, but I think
tweet him. Tweet him.
No, I want to talk to Ed Boon one day. Like, I would love to poke his mind. And I'm pretty sure his reasoning would be
ask him to come on the show.
I'm pretty sure Ed Boon's reasoning would be to differentiate ourselves from Street Fighter. The thing is, it's not really, that defensible, simply because Street Fighter came up with a cool mechanic system. I mean, you could have done something very different, but while keeping in the same vein. The reason why Street Fighter system has, for the most part, unchanged throughout most of the games is because it's effective. It works. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
well,
a lot
of... The subject of talking to Ed Boon, I would love to be able to get him on the show one day for a little interview session, but at the same time, with it being the height of this game dropping, I doubt we get it. Like.
Well, we can only know if we try. So
true. We tried with Total Biscuit, and he shut us down. So
did he? Oh, we tried.
Yeah.
Now
a while ago we tried.
Yeah, we did get Mundane Matt, didn't we?
Yeah, but that was more or less because we started shenanigans. And
that was just because of circumstances.
Yeah, we still haven't finished our discussion about Gotham with him.
Oh, yeah, I can finish it right now. It's fucking terrible. Don't watch it.
I know. I think it's awful, and everybody loves it, and I don't know why.
That's how I feel about Walking Dead.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to say that too, Josh.
Stop.
Me too.
Stop.
But see, there is some merit in that show, though.
No, shut up. Let's move on.
No, wait. One thing I just want to say, in defense of Walking Dead, it's consistent. Gotham is all over the map, man. Gotham
I'm waiting
one
for
day.
you, like it consistently sucks, and I'm gonna fucking
One
yell at
day,
you.
one day, Gotham wants to be fucking Christopher Nolan shit, and then the next it wants to be Joel Schumacher. You know, like so. And fucking Halle Berry's character digs her eye out with a spoon, and then the next episode they put a new one in for no reason, and it works. Like they don't seem to know where they're going or what they're doing, and it's just tonally inconsistent, and it's one of the weirdest fucking. Like they've got people attaching people to balloons by their ankles and floating them off and shit, and it's yeah, I'm having a headache thinking about it.
Let's get back to the list.
But hey, but dude, on the other hand, you got the Flash and Arrow, and Agents
we
of Shield.
discussed this show earlier. Let's move on.
No, I'm just saying there is good stuff out there. Gotham is.
I know. I'm just saying. But yeah, okay. We got Sonya and Liu Kang returning again. We already discussed.
Also, we discussed this when no, go ahead.
Jacqueline Briggs. We discussed that we don't know where the fuck she comes from.
Well,
Jax's
she's
daughter.
Jax's daughter, but
I'm aware of that, but no, when.
yeah,
in Mortal Kombat X.
she does look a little light skinned. I'm thinking maybe Sonya and him had a thing on the side.
Well, if you pay attention to the story, I guess Sonya's in
Johnny Cage. Yeah.
That's, they're divorced now, so who knows?
Maybe they had a little thing on the side.
Takenshi Takada. That's Kenshi's son as well.
Takashi.
Right? Takashi. Is that what
Takashi,
it is?
Kinda.
he's actually Sub-Zero. I mean, Scorpion's student.
Well, that's what. Yeah, but because yeah. Like he's brought to Scorpion in the beginning of the comic, and he's training him and shit.
Right.
And
we got Kung Jin,
who seems like a cross between Nightwolf and no, that's just about it, dude.
So maybe that's why
very
Nightwolf's
arrow
not in
heavy.
it then.
Yeah, he's very arrow heavy. If you've seen his trailers and
No,
shit.
actually, I haven't. I really haven't been paying that much attention to the trailers and everything.
I just kind of feel like you're not missing much.
Then we got fucking Titan Goro.
Yeah. And in the comics,
it has been announced that you will be able to get him without pre-ordering it. You'll just have to wait and buy him.
Now, see, in the comics,
we all
Goro had all his limbs chopped off. So I don't know if that's canon. I don't know how they're going to work that out. But
then we got Melina.
Yeah.
We got Ermac, which I must say looks fucking awesome this time around.
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
He does look interesting.
Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which, oh my god, I'm really surprised Scorpion made it into this one, right, guys?
Yeah, I know. Never. I mean, he hasn't been in here since, last game? It's been way too long. It's like having a Marvel comic without fucking Wolverine in it.
Is anyone else kind of like, okay, I know I'm probably going to be the only one here, because I'm a Sub-Zero fan through and through.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone else kind of sick and tired of seeing Scorpion win all their fucking trailers and shit like that? Like, anytime they come out with a trailer, they're like, oh yeah, look, we're going to use our two main characters, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and Sub-Zero is always going to die. Every time. Like, come on, just let him have a fucking break and win one time, or at least make an alternate trailer or some bullshit. Like, come on.
I'm just going to record several hours of me playing a Scorpion defeating Sub-Zero over and over again.
Just to be a dick to Daryl.
Hey, right.
Right.
Right, check this video out, man. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, shit. Then we got Casey Cage, which is, we just discussed, the daughter of Johnny Cage. And,
Cassie Cage.
Cassie, my bad.
No worries.
The daughter of Sonya and Johnny.
Yep.
We got one of the newer characters, Devora. Is that how you pronounce that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I did watch her video. She looks interesting.
She does, huh? She kind of reminds me of that character from Killer Instinct. Very similar.
Oh yeah,
that spider chick,
yep.
Whatever her name is.
I really think that's where they got that inspiration from. We'll never know, but
right.
That's where it came from.
And then
we got Kotal Khan.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another one. I have no fucking idea. Why not?
He's Shao Kahn's son.
Shao Kahn's son.
No.
Why not Shao Kahn?
He's not Shao Kahn's son at all.
Shao Kahn's father.
You got to read the new issues of the Comic Deal. He's totally different character.
And we got Pharaoh.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah. Pharaoh.
they remind me
on
of
a title?
what the hell were their names? Was it in
yeah, I
Deadly
think
Lines?
so, a deal.
Was in Deadly Lines? Pharaoh and Tor. They remind me of the two. I can't remember what the fuck they were called. Oh my god! But they were two characters in Deadly Lines. Whenever you switched weapons, you actually swapped them out for each other. It was a lot like Smoke and Noob
Noob.
Saibot and
Yeah.
Deceptions,
Right.
but they were their own thing in Deadly Alliance. I can't
it-
remember what the fuck they were called.
They look pretty interesting, and their fatality is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like the concept of like the little midget on the back and shit. Or sorry, little person on the back.
I think it's just a kid. I legit think she's just a little kid.
Who knows?
That's the
honestly,
creepiest thing. Like,
Yeah, if
Like a
we
big
actually-
daddy little sister thing going on.
well, she looks like, judging by this picture, let me see. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna.
Then we got Raiden making his return once again. I'm actually, I want him to be the fucking dark evil Raiden that we knew from Deceptions, man. He was fucking awesome looking then. Kano's coming back.
He's an interesting story.
The fucking heart thing.
Goddamn, fucking Kano's looking like a Terminator, Iron Man looking motherfucker.
Well, see,
He
what
does.
happened is he got his face his old faceplate ripped off, and so they replaced it with that shit. But he
Okay.
reminds me of that guy from one of the, was it Deception or Deadly Alliance? I want to say Havoc, but I don't think that's his name. What's that guy's
Havoc,
name?
I think, was the fire dude.
Not
wasn't he?
Havoc. Yeah, Havoc was that weird looking dead.
He's a Human Torch want to do.
Yeah.
Want to be.
Oh no, he was. Who was that guy? He looked like a Village Person reject. He had that hat on, and he. Yeah, I don't know.
Mocap? That's
Yeah.
pissed off a bunch of fanboys out there.
But no, I don't know. Those I kind of skipped those. So
And we got a Reptile.
yeah.
It looks like they're going the lizard route with Reptile again, which is pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried that they were going to go the straight ninja route. Yeah, I think they're going back to Ornaga eventually, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Was Onaga the one with the
He was the Dragon King.
and they had the Kamidogo or whatever, the fucking
Yeah.
sword that, yeah, they're mentioning that a lot in the comics.
So it seems like they're going to transform him back to Ornaga again.
It very well could be, man. It does look like it's going to be a mix between, or at least have encompass part of 4 and then go on from there. So I'm sure we'll get to like the Deadly Alliance type shit eventually as
Right.
well. Yeah.
Then we got Kenshi's coming back, the Blind Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
He's
I'm
I don't know.
happy about that.
Kung Lao
his,
looks like
his
an,
specials. Hold on a second. His specials kind of remind me of like a rip-off Ermac.
yeah. It's a lot of telekinesis-based shit.
Yeah, and Ermac was always the shit for that, so I don't
Right.
understand. Like that, just they're too similar. Like
Right.
maybe their play styles will be a lot different in this game, but in previous
No,
games,
like
they're similar.
Kenshi is more traditionally up close compared to Ermac.
Right. And then we got Kung Lao, who looks like an Asian Colonel Sanders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. He's like a
like
little
his-
punchy in this one.
I don't like his hat in this one. I preferred it in 9, where it was the classic hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is more kind of a jagged saw blade thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just depends on which you can have his classic hat back. It's just
depends on
just
the
dependent.
set.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some of the trailers for him, and he's got his fatality is kind of evocative of one of like Cabal's regular moves, you know, where he throws his hat into the ground and it's spinning around, like, you know how Cabal used to have those weird little,
the hooks.
well, no, like, remember that movie he had where that thing would come out from the side of the screen on the ground, those blades, but it looked, it's kind of evocative of that, and I wonder if that's going to be, because, you know, we've got the variations in fighting styles.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be, you know, kind of mix it up with because I'm noticing a lot of these characters are kind of mixes of other characters.
Yeah,
like-
and I think that's why we're not seeing a lot of them return this time around.
Right. And, yeah.
Go ahead.
Quan
Is there a
Chi's?
point to add to that, or?
No, that's pretty much
okay.
it, man. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Quan Chi's coming back again.
Yeah.
Um,
Quan Chi's on April 1st. But yeah.
I'm curious on something real fast. Let me see.
Mhm.
Is Shinruk the
Shinnok.
the,
Yeah.
the main villain of this one, or is it going to be Quan Chi?
That's a good question.
And boy, that picture of Shinnok kind of looks like
He's like
friggin'
a-
Lawnmower Man.
It's supposed to be both. It's supposed to be both.
Yeah, and Shinnok, the reason he looks like that is because they showed, well, in the story mode footage they showed Raiden using the medallion from
Deceptions of
Mortal
Deadly
Kombat
Alliance.
Mythologies. I think it was Mythologies first, right?
Yeah, Mythology is where they started it off, and then they
Right.
brought it into Deceptions, and Sub-Zero had it for a long time.
Right. And they
But
show
also-
they
but
show
also
Raiden
especially-
using that against him.
Yeah,
in
Frost
the,
touches it and she dies instantly.
huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
because she didn't have full ability over her Frost top
Oh,
powers yet.
didn't
That's
she
part of the
freeze
reasons
over?
why. Yeah, that's part of the reasons why her arms are totally frozen over is because she doesn't have full control over it yet.
Right. Well then,
She snatches it from Sub-Zero thinking she's a badass, and it freezes her altogether.
right. And let's
I'm
see,
not
what
sure
else?
why Sub-Zero held on to it, but yeah, he was the keeper of that for a while.
Oh, the Laughing Man does bring up a good point. It seems like MK is doing the Soul Calibur 5 thing of bring in the offspring.
Yeah,
And it does seem like that, actually.
we got Jax,
Yeah.
Katana, Aaron Black. Who the fuck is Aaron Black?
He's a new character.
New character.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a Western gunslinger style character,
And they kind
which
of
is interesting. I can't wait to check it out.
they kind of
Yeah.
position him in the comic as a bounty hunter of sorts.
So he's kind of like Stryker then, isn't that right?
Could be, yeah.
I wonder how
He's
much
got a-
anywhere close to Stryker.
What wasn't
Range
Stryker a
focus
cop?
mode. He's got a sword melee. So he's sword and gun.
Yeah,
And of course, Chinook and Johnny Cage.
right. Shinnok and Johnny Cage.
Long range, sand grenade projectiles, pop ups, quick slides, caltrops. So yeah, but it seems like a lot of traps and gadgets.
Johnny
No.
Cage's new move, the cunt punt.
I do want to touch on the reboot fighters real fast. We got Sindel, Bro Raicho, Cabal, Cyrax, Smoke, Rain, Stryker, Nightwolf, Fujin, and Baraka.
Yeah.
I think this will be the first one that Baraka wasn't in since 1.
He wasn't
would've
in
gone-
3.
He wasn't?
No, he was in Trilogy.
Oh, okay.
If you want to count that, but no, MK3 he wasn't in. 4 he wasn't in until Gold, I believe.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so he's been absent for a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Mustard, he's not been in it for a long. That's
Yeah,
kind of
Cyrax.
one not in there. Yeah, Cyrax. Well, that's because
Mustard
that
can
was
catch
back in
up,
the day.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that was back in the day whenever they didn't have names. I think it was Mortal Kombat 2.
Yep.
Where Cyrax and Sector didn't have
3.
names. So everyone was it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Cyrax and Sector
Catch Up and
didn't
Mustard.
have names, so everyone referred to them as Catch Up and Mustard. It wasn't until 4 where they finally gave them names.
Well, no, they
think
gave
so.
him names. It was during development on Mortal Kombat 3 that they didn't have him named yet, and they called him Ketchup and Mustard then. But by the time the game came out, they actually had him named.
Well, I remember actually playing the game and them not having
Oh,
names.
yeah. So do I.
for a while.
Oh yeah, I remember playing it too, man. I remember these guys up the street. They knew I don't know if it was a glitch or something, but you beat the game and then you put in the Ultimate Combat code. And you can like pretty much unlock free play on the arcade machine. And we used to fucking
But I remember,
It was awesome.
like when the game
Awesome
first
times.
came out or something, they didn't have names in their health bars. and shit.
You know what I realized? We go into this way half cocked.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I was saying like, I think I remember this. And I think I remember that. And then it turns out we're all wrong. We're fucking remembering an episode of Sesame Street from our childhood.
Probably, man. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah, but you're right in the sense that they were, those were definitely the code names at one point, because they,
yeah.
so it's not like you're pulling that out of your ass.
I know that was a legit thing because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a joke that stuck with them for years. So,
Yep.
and then Smoke and Rain. Personally, I would prefer Noob Saibot, but we know that Sub-Zero has to go to another realm and then be brought back. So
Yeah. Now, see, my question is, which version of Sub-Zero is supposed to be in this game?
yeah, we won't know until we play it. That's the
'Cause
thing.
I
get a
wanted
feeling
to-
it's his brother. If they restarted the storyline, then that means Sub-Zero died. Oh,
Right.
well, no, because they wanted Scorpion to not kill Sub-Zero this time around.
But see, my understanding was one version of Sub-Zero was, because he killed him anyway. Like,
Did he?
Quan Chi manipulated him, he killed him anyway, comes back up with his head, spine dangling, and they're like, oh, fuck.
then
And then the
If
other
my
one was turned
memory's-
into a cyborg.
Yeah, and the cyborg died as well. This is a third brother.
Right. Now, see, that's stupid. What I think they should do is have the original Sub-Zero come back as a
Well,
Spectre, like Scorpion
Look,
did.
here's the thing. Scorpion, he's the last remaining member of the, what was it, Lin Kuei clan?
Shirai, Ryu.
Yeah,
Something
that's
like
what it is. The Lin Kuei is the Sub-Zero clan, and there's like the Sub-Zero clan wiped out the Shirai Ryu.
Right.
Like he's the last remaining member, and he actually
And see, the great thing,
sent to hell. Then
check it out though. Scorpion, he regained his humanity, right? He's still a Spectre, but he regained his humanity. So in the comics, he's going around as, what was his name? Fucking Adil,
Takeda? Takeshi.
yeah, whatever, that guy. And so he's going around as that guy, and then occasionally when shit hits the fan, he reverts to his Scorpion
Spectrum
persona.
mode. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
which is, and see, I thought it would have been a unique kind of twist on the lore to have Sub-Zero come back as a Spectre. Still have his powers Ice Bait,
I see what you're
but
saying.
yeah,
It's
because
still
now you've got
Spectre.
Scorpion as a human for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. But
Kind of-
at the same time, though, the Lin Kuei clan is endless. Like, I think that's one
Yeah.
thing people forget is that the Lin Kuei clan is a massive
Oh, yeah.
ninja clan. So,
Absolutely. The cyborgs are still in play in the comics too. So like you said, they're not going anywhere.
no.
So far, there are rumored fighters as well. So but none of the cyborgs are confirmed as rumors. Well, no, besides
Cyrax. Yeah.
Cyrax is the only one.
Right. I'm kind of interested to see where they go with it, but see, that's what I really loved about the last game. Like, the story mode was great. It was cheesy at times, but it was really kind of fun, and I'm eager to see how they. I mean, we theorized that maybe a lot of these characters, the returning characters, especially the ones that are dead, are just in the versus mode and won't feature into the story mode. But I'm kind of interested in seeing whether or not that's going to be the case, because a lot of the characters.
A lot of people forget that NetherRealm is a legit place in that universe. Like, they
Right.
could feature parts of the story mode that take place in NetherRealm.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, we're, a lot of us are looking at this as in, we're trying to think of this fantasy game in realistic terms, in the sense like, these people are dead, yeah, but they can bring anybody back on the drop of a dime for any fucking reason. So.
Yeah, like it's one of the things where if you played Deceptions and Deadly Alliance, Deceptions was better for it with the Conquest mode.
Mm-hmm.
You could go travel to all these other realms, and you could go to hell, and you could actually meet Noob Saibot and shit as
Was that the game that had the story
Vegeta.
mode where you were yeah, him.
yeah.
And then
for all intents and purposes, what was his name? The Dragon King was pretty much orchestrating you.
Onaga?
To go around. Yeah, was orchestrating you to go around and collect everybody's abilities and become the ultimate fighter.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And don't you unlock him upon completion of the story mode as an old man?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
He probably has one of the craziest fucking fatalities, one of the craziest harakiris out there. Which is a suicide. Like, whenever you die, if you enter a button combo, it's called a harakiri, where you kill yourself. You pretty much take the reward away from the person you're playing against.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that. Which one was it that had build your own fatality, basically? Was that Armageddon?
I think that was Armageddon, yeah.
That was Armageddon, yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it was, but
I've
in
played
execution it
so-
was really dumb.
I played so little Mortal Kombat over the years, or since 3, I really haven't played it, so...
Yeah.
3 was the last one I played for a long time.
Armageddon was the last one with the third step perspective.
The Soul Calibur-esque.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Well, even the Tekken-esque.
Yeah.
Like third dimension you could step in. That was the last one that did that.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the reason why they stepped away from it is because it didn't sell well, and they figured, all right, well, people don't want the third dimension. But a lot of the reason why it didn't sell well is the marketing wasn't really there for it.
Not to mention the game mechanically wasn't sound. It was just a bad game in terms of mechanics. Like, same for MK versus DC, same for Deception. Like, a lot of these games, mechanically they were soft, and that's what they were berated on. Not necessarily, it being a 3D game or bad marketing. It was just it was mechanically an unsound game.
When you're building fighting games, you're really marketing them to a niche group, people like Adil.
Yeah, and they're really big on how they operate and
right, exactly.
If it doesn't operate smoothly, you're losing your core market right away.
Yeah. Which was one of my issues with even the last Mortal Kombat, and same with Injustice, their NetherRealm's engine is really stiff. And their animation style is really janky.
It's already feeling old, I'll give you that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's
I will have to give.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will have to give NetherRealm some credit this time around. It doesn't look as stiff as it did in 9. It is getting better, That being said, it is still way too stiff for it to
Right.
be, just a fluid game.
Right.
All right, well,
Like
real fast. Go ahead.
Good.
I was gonna move on to the next topic, so I was saying, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'll just say this last thing before we close out on this topic. It's just NetherRealms is I think that's always been their issue. Like animations wise, they've been way too stiff and janky. This while still going for this unrealistic feel. Why not go balls out? Like go completely unrealistic and make it smooth.
Right.
That's what I've never gotten about NetherRealms. Their attacks for each character, they have been realistic in nature, but they also have special abilities and stuff like that, which doesn't make sense. Why not just go over the top crazy with it? You know?
Right.
In Street Fighter, for example, their normal moves, some of these aren't even physically possible, but it flows smoothly. So. That's why it's believable.
Imagine a Mortal Kombat game with Street Fighter 3 quality animation styles and punches that don't feel like somebody's standing and awkwardly fucking thrusting their arm forward and shit. And that's the thing. That's my only real issue with those games is they feel stiff, and as a result, it's kind of harder to get into them than it is like a Street Fighter where everything flows naturally. One move flows naturally to the next, and so on.
Yeah.
It's harder for me to even conceptualize combos in the Mortal Kombat games because there's the visual indications of what works into the next move, or it's harder to see, So.
Because here's another huge gripe about Mortal Kombat. They have predetermined combos.
Yeah.
It's not really necessarily that creative. It's their basic bread and butters. Bread and butters in a fighting game are the most important things ever. But and the fun part of fighting games, for me, at least from a professional perspective, is figuring out what combos into what mixes into that, what combines into this. In Mortal Kombat, for the most part, at a lower level, at a baseline level, you already know it. This button combination will do this specific combo. So I just feel like that's another gripe I have with the game, but I can overlook that because a lot of games do have that.
Right. I mean, Killer Instinct is that the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and Mortal Kombat 3 was kind of the first one to, the first two Mortal Kombats kind of comboed, combos can't flow naturally, you'd figure, you got the crossover kick with Scorpion into the teleport, into the spear, that shit flowed naturally. But then you had Mortal Kombat 3, which introduced the dial combos, and then it kind of, I think they lost their flair for the natural, after that.
Yeah. I hate dial combos with a passion.
Yeah, and see, I don't mind them because, you got to admit, when you play a game of Killer Instinct, you feel like a fucking god. You've pressed 3 buttons and you've done a 96-hit combo.
Yeah, you feel like a god, but you also, I've heard so many horror stories of people breaking their controllers for that game. I can't even
Oh yeah, I loved it back in the day, and I even back then I acknowledged that it wasn't a good fighting game, but it was a hell of a lot of fun in an arcade environment.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
let's go ahead and move on to the topics. We've been talking about Mortal Kombat for almost a total hour now, so.
Yeah, right. So Phil Spencer wants.
We'll touch on that whenever we hit the Nintendo portion of the show. We'll move on down to.
You say let's move on. I go in chronological order.
Yeah, Quantum Break, the new game from Remedy. People know them from the Alan Wake series and stuff like that. I never played them.
Alan Wake? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Wake's a good game.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I've been told is that it's one of the probably the best games in the 360. So.
Atmospheric one is excellent.
I don't know about best game, but
you gotta admit it's
it's
atmospheric like a motherfucker.
It's a great game.
Best. I said one of the best.
Right.
I don't know.
It's definitely Remedy themselves is one of the that's one of the few exclusive studios that Microsoft owns. So.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, they bought them, huh?
I've actually. Oh yeah, they've owned them for years. I've actually heard.
Since when, Alan Wake?
Yeah, since before Alan Wake, actually. But I've heard people compare them to, or say that their Remedy is the Microsoft's Naughty Dog, but
Huh.
it's like the quality for them. It's like, come on now, let's be a little
Well,
honest.
see, and well, the thing is, Alan Wake released when, like, what was it? Red Dead Redemption came out.
hmm
A little bit after.
Yeah, but it was around close enough to that time where I think their potential sales were kind of cannibalized by the superior game.
Yeah.
You know.
One of the best games of that generation, hands down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never made it to PC. Yeah. That's
All right.
But
Which is a
yeah,
shame.
it's looking like it got delayed. So
I didn't know that he was even still in development, to be honest. Like,
oh, I knew it was.
and the trailers.
The E3
I hadn't even heard this.
gameplay thing. Oh, dude, the E3 trailer for it, dude. I was like, it didn't like push me over the top with it, but it definitely.
Right. I couldn't figure out the concept, but it looked amazing.
You would make these little like freezing in time pockets, and you could like, all right, say you made this little pocket in time, and you stop time for like a little area.
I want a hot pocket.
And then you shot a bunch of bullets at somebody. Like
Yeah.
you shot a gun at somebody a bunch of times, right? It would stop all your bullets right into this little pocket. Then you'd let go of the pocket, and 50 fucking bullets would fly out at it at one time.
Or you just grab a machine gun in Modern Warfare.
I don't know, like the concept seems really cool. Where you can play around with time and shit like that. Like I don't know. And it has like this TV series that's gonna run along with it and everything. So
Are they still planning that too?
yeah, apparently it's not gonna be like Xbox TV type deal. It's gonna be like on the disc TV series kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
So like you unlock another episode after every chapter you complete in the game.
Right.
Kind of deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, so because with Microsoft kind of moving away from that TV initiative, I was kind of wondering where that left that.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people were curious as to what was going to happen with that, and that's what they came up with. Is
Gotcha.
this TV series is still going to happen? It's still going to be there, but you're just going to
Unlock episodes.
yeah.
Now, what do you think the chances are that they're going to hit those target graphics from the E3 video? Because that was one of the better looking presentations that year.
It honestly doesn't seem like they're not going to be able to hit it. Like it's not like I don't know if you guys have heard Rainbow Six Siege. They did another gameplay trailer, and it doesn't look nearly as good as it looked at E3. Surprise, surprise. That's Ubisoft
Right.
at this point. But yeah, that's kind of, and the game still looks good. Don't get me wrong. As far as Rainbow Six goes, it still looks good, and I'm still very interested in playing it. It's just not up to stuff at E3's trailer. So
Yeah, and we
it's
should
kind
not
of
be
that
surprised at
Watch
this
Dogs-
point.
yeah, it's that Watch Dogs Axiom all over again.
Right.
Don't go into that thinking, oh my God, why does it not look as good? Why does it look muddy and watered down? And
Speaking of muddied and watered down, your thumbnail finally popped up.
oh yeah, it looks muddy and watered down, doesn't it?
It does. But it's something.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like I don't know. Like I'll clean it up at some point, I'm sure.
Nah, it's fine. It's a good placeholder, man. For sure.
But yeah, we got this is looking like it's gonna get delayed for sure. So
Yeah.
but it's not like that's all that's coming out this year for Microsoft. So they'll have something there to hold the place. We got Guardians coming out this year, Rise of Tomb Raider, which just hasn't been pushed back yet. We don't know if it's coming out. We've seen no gameplay. I want
Right.
to stress that for Rise of Tomb Raider. No gameplay. Look, it has me a little concerned. I'll be honest.
Right. But they've got the engine, I mean, at least fundamentals there, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it this year, though. I would be
No, I
very
wouldn't either.
surprised.
To be honest, I wonder if that put a damper on their plans for being an exclusive for this year. Honestly.
Well, yeah, I guess that's to be seen. I could imagine it making November, December, like by the seat of their pants, but I have a feeling that's going to be delayed as well.
I
Yeah.
would rather it be delayed. I would rather it be delayed and be a great game.
Yeah.
Be delayed and then not be delayed and be marred by some fucked up issue.
Right. Like I enjoyed the reboot, and I thought it was great great fundamental, kind of new start.
From great start to a new story kind of deal. It's
Right.
good.
Good mechanics, a good foundation. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
It was a good foundation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
We got Fable Legends also launching this year, which will be free to play, so that'll be something to wet our
And I
teeth
like
with.
that concept. They're still going with the kind of the dungeon master aspect, right?
Yeah.
Where you're the bad guy, and then
Well, you have
Interesting.
it's a 5-player thing where one player is the bad guy and the other 4 player are trying to clear your dungeon kind of deal. But you can like set up your traps and all your dungeons and everything, and then they can come into your level later and try it out.
Nice.
So it's like you don't have to be there to witness anything.
Okay. So
Interesting.
Like I'm sure you can play
asynchronous.
back and witness the fight anytime you want to see where your weaknesses lie and shit like that.
Right.
The biggest fear of mine of it being free to play is if they're going to release stuff like, oh yeah, if you want to buy trolls instead of fucking what are the little guys, the hobs. You want to buy a bunch of trolls instead of hobs, you got to pay so much money to unlock trolls. You know, that's my biggest fear is that they're going to lock a bunch of stuff behind paywalls.
Right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then of course we got Forza Motorsport 6, which really isn't a surprise. It seems like that's the way they're transitioning it. Is they're going to have Forza Motorsports one year and then Forza Horizons the next year. So.
And what is that thing I saw with, was it Forza that was going to be doing the Fast and Furious pack or
Yeah, that's
whatever?
Horizon. That just came out. It was for free.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
think
pretty
so.
cool, man.
I think so.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. Like seriously, don't
Right.
quote me on that. I might be really lying. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I mean, I don't have an Xbox One, so if you're lying, I ain't.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be able to tell.
Yeah,
That's the thing, because nobody owns one.
Oh. And now Microsoft is sad.
No, they don't. They're crying into money. Like, oh wait, never mind.
Microsoft will never be sad as long as Windows is an operating system. Come on, let's be honest here.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. Even with Steam, Steam's not gonna compare. Like, it's gonna be a Linux system. Come on. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is pretty much another one-off. It looks like Kojima Productions logo was pulled off of the Silent Hill's website as well.
Yeah, because it's a Konami game.
Visual, yeah.
They're separating their IPs, and it's the same thing that happened to Metal Gear. There's still no reason why.
A lot of people are looking into this and wondering the same things again, and then like, oh well, what's happening here? Like, guys, even in this article it says they contacted the publisher and they received the following response: as we have already announced, we are shifting our publication structure to a headquarters controlled system. So like, this is literally the same press statement that they had last time.
It is.
They're only saying this time. They're saying, "You fucking retards."
Pretty much.
We've already said this shit. If you make us say it again, we're gonna fucking
Come to your house and beat you.
And then they asked about their regarding Kojima's involvement in Silent Hills, and they added, we have no new information regarding PT and Silent Hills at this time. And it's because this game is still so early in development that they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and there is still no reason why he can't work as a contractor to be the director.
Now, here's another thing I have to point out. Moby Dick Studios. That was the studio that was originally working on Ground Zeroes. And
Well, Moby
the
Dick
new
Studios
Metal Gear
is actually
game.
a joke.
No, I know, that's the
That was a
point.
troll.
Kojima is a notorious troll. All these guys are notorious trolls. Like, why are we freaking out about this? Like, it's at the end of the day, we know Kojima's probably going to have a hand in it. We know, like, I can never take any of their words at face value. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a big deal.
Like, we're just waiting at this point. Just everyone needs to get their panties out of a bunch and just chill. Like, fucking relax, guys. It's not the end of the world. Like, fucking calm down.
And not just that, it's a great marketing tool. It's like, oh my god, Kojima's logo is gone. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Like, guys, calm down. They're really just trolling you. And even if it isn't, like, and even if it is the case, so what? Like, it's probably going to be a good game. Especially considering Guillermo del Toro's working on it. Come on now.
Yeah. It looks like all we got now is the Nintendo Direct, so we're gonna pretty much pick that up from the start. Mewtwo obviously coming. They announced this back in December that he would be showing up. Lucas was announced out of nowhere.
holy shit.
RKO out of nowhere.
PKO fire.
What the hell did I do?
But the big thing with this is that Nintendo opened up a ballot where you can go on and you can vote for any character that you want to show up in Smash.
Right.
And surprise, surprise, one of people's fan favorites that are popping up pretty damn frequently on this website is Banjo-Kazooie. And people took to Twitter and they asked Phil. They told Phil, like, hey, by the way, Phil, as in Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox. or as Michael Shaw Faithful like to call him, the X-Boss. I swear to God, that's a thing. They told him, like, hey, how would you feel about this happening? Would you let it go through? Would you fight against it? You know, how would you feel? And he was like, I think it's a great idea, and I'd be more than willing to let him do it. So, you know, there we go. We got confirmation from the head of Xbox saying, go for it.
However, there has to be a catch with that.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of feel with you. I feel like if it wouldn't be like, hey, we remember that time we let you use our IP? If it wasn't that, I could see it being, oh yeah, you're gonna do that, and at E3 we're gonna announce the new Banjo-Kazooie game. A little bit of PR going there, you know. I could see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, okay, guys, here's my character for the ballot. And I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with that character. But Isaac from Golden Sun.
Oh yeah.
If he was Isaac from Golden Sun was in that game, I would lose my shit.
And they can use. What are those things they can use?
Jins.
Jins. Yeah.
DJINN.
Yeah. I just started playing that game on the Wii U for the first time in like, I don't know, 10 years.
See, we were discussing this before the show about who we would like to see in there. It's like I could see Knuckles being a good addition. Shadow, but he'd be too close to Sonic, so you'd have to vary him up. We'd give him his gun from his stupid-ass game.
I want Glass Joe.
God.
Kiss me, Glass Joe. But
Banjo,
no,
I think he really would fit that. Go ahead.
No, all I was gonna say is like
he's playing with his
Isaac.
joystick
I know Golden
again.
Sun isn't that popular of an IP, but
Really? You
no,
don't think
not
so?
actually.
Why?
I'm actually eating chips.
Oh, you're eating chips. Even when he eats chips, it sounds like
but
he's
yeah,
beating
like-
on his joystick.
Yeah.
But
The
you don't
thing
think
is
it's
about
a
to fall
popular
apart.
franchise?
So yeah.
You don't think it's a popular
Oh
franchise?
no! Like, come on, let's be honest. Honestly, no. Like, I mean, it's beloved by hardcore gamers, but it's not really that popular of an IP. Come on, if it was, it would have, like, compared to Fire Emblem, like, let's look at Fire Emblem. Look at how many characters that series has, and then compare it to Golden Sun.
3 characters.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Let's
Golden
see.
Sun.
Wait,
Yeah, go
no.
ahead.
I thought I
well,
was.
My biggest thing with this ballot is I got a feeling what's going to lead the choice on this ballot is going to be everybody's wanted character. And if you don't know by now, it's Ridley.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
don't
would be
think-
cool.
It'll
Yeah.
never happen though. Like Sakurai himself said that it wouldn't be Ridley if they put him in the game because they'd have to shrink his wings down. He wouldn't be able to fly. They'd have to, make him smaller. In which case, you would lose the fact that it's Ridley.
Make it Ridley's kid.
Can't you already use him in Smash in a way?
He's a item
kinda.
restricted.
No. I mean, there's a level where you can fight with Ridley, and I think if you hit him enough times, you can kind of make him attack your enemies. So it's not really direct control.
He's like a stage boss then. He'd be like
Yeah.
a Yellow Devil in Mega Man stage.
Yeah, something like that. But I don't think he'd work in Smash at all.
A lot
Yeah, I
of
wouldn't
people
either.
want to see him just because, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people would love to see Ice Climbers come back, but they couldn't figure out how to make them work in the DS, so I don't think that you'll see them.
Right. I can't really think of any characters that I'd want to see that haven't made it in yet.
But yeah, guys, get Isaac for Smash trending on Twitter. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, see, I can't really think of anyone that would really be a shining example.
Lucas is coming, right?
Yeah, Lucas
Yes.
and Mewtwo.
Okay.
A lot of people are speculating that we'll probably get another Pokemon just because the vast amount of them already existing, so... I could almost see Pokemon Trainer coming back, to be honest, just to appease that whole audience in one go.
Yeah. Even though you really only played as what was it, Charizard, Blastoise, and some guy.
Yeah.
Some guy.
Yeah,
Joe.
no, it could be interesting.
Ivysaur.
Yeah, it was the face
Joe.
starters.
Wasn't it Joe? Wasn't he a starter? Isn't he a starter Pokemon? Joe?
You have really shitty nicknames. Just stop.
Isn't that his name, Joe?
No.
I was trying to get somebody to say Joe Mama, but nobody took it. I'm disappointed in you.
All right, now back to more the Nintendo Direct things.
Sure.
A lot of this I was just thinking of off the top of my head. So if you guys
Yeah.
can think of anything from the show, go ahead and throw it out there.
Attack from Titan.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I was talking about this with a deal beforehand. It could be cool, but the snippet that they show is like 30 seconds of gameplay, and it wasn't enough to really interest me.
Right.
I checked out, like, mechanically, it seems like it's one of. To me, it reminds me of like Asura's Wrath for some reason, like super cutscene heavy, and it's just like a few button prompts that you have to follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
And then, we got the. Someone's got to pronounce this for me because I'm not going to be able to get it.
Shin Megami Tensei versus Fire Emblem.
Yes, that's happening. That's a thing.
Yeah. I'm excited about
I
that.
can't
Now,
wait.
see,
I really can't wait.
we knew it was coming. It's
They
just
announced it back in 2013 or something like that.
something like that. But I didn't know it was coming here, or
Atlas is porting it, aren't they?
yeah. I mean, they're
Yeah.
making it.
Pretty much all the production side of things, it's Atlas. The IPs, they're pretty much using the Nintendo IP to do.
It's a new Persona, basically.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
Persona with Fire Emblem characters
And we're also
with a
getting
Shin Megami Tensei twist.
Right,
yeah,
and that's
we're getting,
basically.
Persona 5 as well. So we're
Nice.
don't forget about that.
But it's basically
Oh,
like Adil just said. I mean, it seems like the Fire Emblem characters come into play that like they can be summoned. So it's not like you're playing as Fire Emblem characters. It looks like.
No. Here's
Yeah.
what I think is happening.
What's
it's
that?
an alternate. It's a Fire Emblem alternate universe game.
Well, see, it seems to take place in modern times, like most of the Shin Megami Persona, blah blah, this and that. games.
Yeah. No, that's exactly why I say it's like alternate universe.
But see, the thing is, during the trailer, it looked like they were summoning the characters more than playing as them. If that makes sense, like you don't pick a Fire Emblem character, you just like summon them like as your
Avatars.
or something like that.
Actually, I've watched this trailer like 5 times.
And he beat off every time.
I'll be frank.
Yeah.
But like from.
I'll be
yeah,
Daryl.
for sure.
How's it going, Frank?
Jizz
How's it
everywhere.
going, Frank?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you went there.
Okay, but from what I've noticed, it's like no, the Fire Emblem characters are the main characters, but they've been transplanted into a modern setting. Now, another thing I've noticed, like their armors and skill sets are directly lifted from the Fire Emblem series, and
Sure.
they essentially, once they hit this fantasy world, they start dressing like the Fire Emblem characters that we know and love.
Yeah.
Make sense?
No.
Okay.
I mean, what you described makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused about how it's like we don't have all the details, of course. But once we do, I think it's going to be some like that's my prediction for what it is.
But it looks badass, is what it looks like. And,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Gives me a Final Fantasy 13 vibe at times too.
Really?
Yeah, like early Final Fantasy 13 vibes.
So we'll see JonTron make a video about this where he smokes pot or smokes
It's
crack.
not going to be as terrible. It's not going to be as.
Nah, I think even like I was huge into the Digital Devil Saga stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Really?
good series, though.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. I'm hardcore for sure. Like pretty big kick in the dick. But great games. So I like the visual style of this one. Looks great. Looks fun. Not much to say than what we've seen in the trailer. But I think you might end up being right, Adil. Because I only watched the trailer the once, so my understanding was based on like first reaction, and like most other things, I didn't bother to go back and do it again because that would have required effort. Yeah, and I'm a lazy son of a bitch, so.
Real fast, I just want to throw this out there. I got a bone to pick with Amiibo. I want to see if you guys kind of agree.
Nah.
I talked this with Deal already. It seems like they're setting it up to even if you don't want to get into Amiibo,
You
They're kinda
have
not
to.
giving you a choice. Exactly.
I was thinking the same thing during that presentation. It was like, do not lock content behind amiibos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
It
with
was-
Splatoon, my understanding is you can get the amiibos with the game.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, that was my understanding.
All right. Well, that's cool with Splatoon, but at the same time, with Yoshi's Woolly World, right?
Yeah.
The only way to get the double cherry power is to buy one of them amiibo.
But see, in the case of that, it didn't look like it added too much. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing you
Yeah.
couldn't get by playing 2-player. So that I was a little less bothered by. But when they announced it for Splatoon and they didn't mention until the very end, I think, that you can get it in a pack with the game or you can get the amiibo separately. And if it had been
Well, the 3-pack thing, from what I understood, that was just a 3-pack.
right, but those 2 amiibos that you'll get with it will unlock everything. Like you don't need additional ones, is my understanding. Like those are okay. Those are, the only 2 or whatever that are going to be out from what I saw. But my understanding though is you don't need to buy anything additional. You can get them in the pack. I mean, you do in the sense that you have to buy the fucking pack. You
Yeah.
can't just buy the game and get all the content. And that did bother me too,
There's
actually.
a couple other things that bug me is it seems like 'cause they announced previously that if you have an amiibo that has saved out of one game, you can't turn around and use that same amiibo for another game. And you
Oh
only have
yeah,
a
that
separate
definitely
amiibo
does bother me.
for
Wait,
another
now
game.
what?
They've announced previously that if say you have Super Mario, right, and
Uh-huh.
he holds your amiibo for he'll hold your fighter for Smash, right?
Right.
And you take the same amiibo and you go and try to play Mario Kart with it, it won't let you. You have to. It only holds memory for one game at a
Now
time.
see that wasn't the way I understood it. Like
That's
the
the way they
amiibo,
explained it. I
really?
swear.
Because
Yeah.
it seems to me like you're good to go. Because they even during the presentation they said take your Mario amiibo will also work with this game and this game and this game. They didn't say you'll need a Mario amiibo for each game.
But see, it's the thing though, is they don't spell it out like that. But they've said it in the previous Nintendo Direct where you'll actually have to have a blank amiibo to have it.
I don't know. I would imagine in that case there's going to be a utility to save it then because it's going to piss a lot of people off. I mean, especially
Yeah.
with some of the characters being so rare. Like they were talking about, was it
They're
what's his
reissuing
name from
Barth.
File?
Barth, they're
Yeah.
reissuing him.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Adil were talking about that beforehand. He had me go on to GameStop. I looked up some prices, and the baseline price for an amiibo is about $14,
Yeah.
and that's with tax and everything included. That's like the max of what it should cost because it's like $12.99 baseline price, but
Right.
with tax and everything, you're probably gonna end up about $14.
I think we should definitely look into this after the show and come back to that next week.
Oh well, the functionality and everything we can.
Yeah,
look at,
just to
but
be
sure. I just wanna point out how much they go for.
Oh, sure. No, yeah,
because
yeah. Absolutely.
That's like the that's like the GameStop retail price. Whenever you go
Mhm,
turn around and go to eBay, I saw one. It was all 30 that are currently released right now,
Mhm.
and it was for $600.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Some of the more rare characters like the Villager and Lumina, like the store retailer, salad
Right.
versions, the like
You mean
Yeah.
Rosalina and Luna?
Yeah.
Rosalina Lumina. Those were going for like $150 a piece.
Yeah, yeah.
And like there's a story that circulated around. I don't know how valid this is because it was just a random story.
Oh,
that
the guy
circulated
buying
around.
all the.
Yeah, some guy went out and bought like to all his local stores and bought all the Rosalina and Lumina figures he possibly could, just so other people couldn't carry them.
Yeah, that was that was
And
true.
he did it strictly because he hated the character.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a dick move. And
yeah, and it's one of the things where I was talking with the deal, and you've seen the card, right, that they pulled off at the Direct on April 1st. I could
Mhm.
so see them coming down to being like, oh, here's a all 60 amiibo in a deck of cards right here. You can buy them all right now for $10.
yeah.
I
And
could so see that being a better
I
thing
do hope
to
they go that route because I don't want to spend a buttload of money on a fucking bunch of plastic figures. They look cool.
Yeah, like,
I do
no,
want the
like-
Yoshi one though.
Yeah, there's only a few of them that I would want. Like, I would like
Yeah.
a Yarn Yoshi just because it
Yeah.
looks really cool. I would like a Sonic just because it's my main for Smash.
Right.
And I would like a Link just because, let's be honest, dude, I'm a Zelda fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and that'd be all I really wanted.
Right. And that's the thing. I mean, and it really pissed me off when I was, that the beginning of the Splatoon fucking presentation because it really seemed to me like you had to have those things, and you do essentially. I mean, you have to have those to get certain fucking functionality unlocked in the game, and I do not like that concept.
No.
I mean, a game that is built around it, like say Skylanders, you expect that. You expect that. Like that's the whole thing. But if I'm gonna buy an online multiplayer kind of shooter type game, I don't want to have to buy a bunch of figures to fucking get the full experience.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that. Like I like the idea of how like Smash uses them, to kind of enhance your character or whatever, and be able to take it to a friend's house and play with that version. Like that's all cool. But anytime you lock content behind an additional purchase like that, like with these little characters that I probably will never use for anything else, that's when I start seeing red, man.
Yeah.
And
that's why I like the deck of cards idea, and I feel like that's going to happen eventually. Now, at the same time, I have seen some really badass. Let me find it real fast. Like somebody made it their own display for these things. Because let's be honest, you're buying all these fucking amiibo, and like either you're just gonna have them sitting on a shelf, or you're gonna make your own little badass stand for them.
Right.
And somebody did just that. Let me find it real fast. What was the map deal?
Was it the Kirby?
No, it's like Final
Destination.
Yeah. They made a little Final Destination stand for their.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's fucking awesome.
What was the meme deal? That includes Final Destination?
Fox only, no items, Final Destination.
Yeah, that's it.
Here it is. This thing is just, it's fucking gorgeous. But at the same time, it's like you have to have your own dedicated area for this thing to exist in. So.
Did you post this somewhere?
No, I'm about to.
Okay. Well, you were talking about it. I was like, wait a minute. My computer's been acting up all day, so like anytime something seems weird, I'm like,
I hit another key, so I'll post it again.
That's really slick looking.
And that was custom built?
Yeah, a fan made that. Now, as cool as that thing looks, you notice that there's no real way to hang that thing up, so that's just taking up some spot in your room somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's gigantic.
Yeah. And it looks, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, but it just doesn't really, where would you put that,
You're right. Oh, shit. No, I do like the deck of cards idea way better.
Yeah.
I can hang with that.
Okay, another game that I want to talk about on Nintendo Direct is Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem that's coming out, not Shin Megami Tensei.
That's an all-new one, right?
Yes, it is a brand new story.
Okay.
And I am extremely excited for that because this is the first Fire Emblem game where you're the main character. That means, like, there's no character. Like, in Fire Emblem Awakening, there was a custom-created character, but you weren't the main character. Yeah, you were a side character. Chrom was the main character of that game. In this game, you were playing as the main guy. Like, you are the main character. You're the hero.
Now, do you want to get to the stressing point of this?
Yeah.
All right. Now, should I go ahead and talk about how in Japan that this was actually released as two separate versions? You had your light version of the game and your dark version of the game. And at a certain chapter, you are eventually given the choice to, I'm going to choose the light story or I'm going to choose the dark story. And people weren't aware of that whenever they bought their versions of the game. So if you bought the light version of the game, and as soon as you hit that chapter of, choosing where you were going to go, you automatically went to the light, or you automatically went to the dark. So a lot of ways around that right now is they're talking about possibly making it a DLC type deal. So when you hit that chapter, you base your decision off of where you're going to go based on whatever DLC you own. Where if you own the DLC, you get the option right there to choose what side you're going to take your story and everything.
Here's another thing I was thinking while I was out running errands.
On the toilet.
Yes, I was on the toilet for an hour and a half.
I was on the toilet running errands.
That was a mega.
I have a special car.
Did your legs fall asleep?
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's where I play my DS all the time, dude. Every time I go in there, I take it with me. Make sure it's fully charged. And
oh, yeah, that's what I do, too. But here's something that I was thinking. Maybe for America, they won't do the double DLC thing because, like, the way they marketed the trailer in the first place, especially on the Nintendo Direct, since that is supposed to be for global audiences, not for audiences just in Japan. Here's what I've noticed. It's the fact that they marketed it as one game. They even specifically talked about it as one game. So I'm guessing we'll already have that content to begin with. And this might be a bit of wishful thinking, but I think it's going to end up going that direction. Now, that being said, there is something interesting I found out about the game. It's the fact that it seems like there's way more content in this game than Awakening does.
Right.
Like, just from, like, the two separate paths, two separate, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks like a much larger game. And Awakening was a huge game, so I'm really looking forward to what they bring to the table.
I would say that we both agreed that the game looked far superior to Awakening, to the point where it almost like shocks you for a second that it's still on 3DS.
Yeah. I was like, see, this is what I want at the end of the day. Like, not what I want. This is what I've perceived. Like, visually, it looks better than Awakening. It looks like it could be on a console. It doesn't look like it could be on the 3DS. It looks like it could be on a console easily.
Looks pretty slick.
And, like, I've seen some in-game screenshots. Yeah, that I can say that is probably on the 3DS. But, like, in terms of graphical fidelity from the cutscenes, like, it just looks better. Even in the Awakening cutscenes, you can notice some artifacting and some very jittery, animations. However, this time around, it looks so much more polished. I'm guessing they're using
what we're seeing right now is probably off the new 3DS, which does have a stronger and faster processor than the older model.
True.
They didn't quite mention whether or not it was only for the new 3DS yet, but I would assume it's going to come out. And
I got a feeling it's going to come out for both because they don't want to split that audience. Like, that'd be a weird thing to actually. They could, but
well, they're doing that with Xenosaga, right?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles
Xenoblade,
only on
it.
the new 3DS. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Xenosaga was the PS2 game, right?
Yeah. Which I still need to play.
Well,
I can't find a good copy of it.
I think the main reason why that's only coming on the new 3DS is because it has that camera stick.
Well, no, actually, they said it just straight up won't run on the other one. It's a matter of they're using the additional processing power. It still looks a little blurry and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
it definitely looks hard to watch, but it's what it is, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
and I'm sure it'll look better on a
the
smaller screen
3DS.
too. Yeah, it's gonna look better
No.
on that smaller screen with the it's and plus it's 3D, so that'll be slick. I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, out of curiosity, how much does the new 3DS cost?
Around 200, right?
Yeah, I think it's 200. I own one, so I should know this, but I don't.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick. In the meantime,
Yeah, I'm looking it up too.
Yeah, we're all going to fucking Google.
Who's gonna be the quickest?
I've got it.
I'm pretty sure it's
200.
Yeah.
But it does not come with an AB charger, so.
Yeah, that's kind of easy because they expect you to have like, you've been in Nintendo.
My understanding
for
is you can
years,
use the
haven't
Wii
you?
U pad charger on it, right?
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Look, it's not a. No.
Then that was some bullshit.
You can apparently trade it in for $100. I'm guessing it works for 2DS, but that will probably be around 50 or something.
Right. Yeah.
50 less, so it would cost you as much as buying a 2DS in general.
But you can buy a adapter for like $12-15.
Yeah, true.
Here,
I'm surprised more people don't rally around that because that's just like that's just shit. Like, don't include a fucking charger. The fucking.
I think they really expected people to to do what Rye did and kind of move up from the original 3DS to this new one. And because you can use your old 3DS adapters on it, but they didn't count on people like selling their, which is generally what folks do.
What I did, I actually gave mine along to a friend because it was like, all right, well, You know.
Yeah.
I don't really know anybody that has one of these things themselves besides my nieces and my nephews, and they're not playing the same games I play. I'm not going to give my nieces and my nephews a copy of Monster Hunter 4 and say, yeah,
Right.
go nuts.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to come back to me every 5 minutes going, okay, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shill
Little
for
10-year-old kids. What the
Nintendo.
fuck? What the fuck, Uncle?
Uh, okay, I'm gonna shill for Nintendo right now.
Like we haven't been doing that.
Yeah.
What's
So like so far, currently on the new 3DS, we have Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate,
Right.
Codename Steam, and a couple of other lame games. You don't need to worry about that. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask.
These are mind you, these are games that work with it, but aren't specific to it. A deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can play Majora's Mask on the regular 3DS.
Right. It on the new 3DS, it has support for the control stick.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. But yeah, like,
at the same
But I think
time,
that,
though,
whatever
you
is
can actually use the C Stick Plus or the Control Stick Plus, whatever the fuck it's called for the 3DS, that attachment.
Circle Pad Pro.
Yeah, the big ass docking bay.
Yeah.
You could use that with Majora's
Playing
Mask.
with the docking
I
baby.
would
Okay.
never suggest that over
Is
the
add-on
C-Stick.
so fucking gay.
Okay,
But the C-Stick isn't as responsive as they would like you to believe. It's kind of a bitch
Okay.
to use sometimes.
Well, you
Understood.
remember those old laptops that had that little nub in the middle of the keypad, so you can use
Yeah.
it as a mouse? It's real comparable to that. In fact, it's pretty much the same damn thing.
Yeah.
okay.
And it's really not that great on the fly. Like for Monster Hunter, I found myself just using the L and R buttons to control my camera.
Right.
Not but the D-pad. Sorry, I found myself using the D-pad to control my camera.
So basically, the new 3DS is a 3DS with
processor.
yeah. Well, but it has the Circle Pad Pro built in essentially.
Yeah.
It's got the extra buttons, the analog stick or whatever, analog nub, analog niblet.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would actually prefer the Circle Pad Pro if you already had a 3DS
Mm-hmm.
and you were just looking to have that extra camera stick.
Right.
Just buy yourself a Circle Pad Pro.
All right.
Well, here's something interesting. If it is a new 3DS exclusive game, it'll say new 3DS on top.
Right.
So that's interesting. I'm actually this makes me wonder something. Do you think Nintendo's going to drop a new console within the next year or the year and a half?
No. Well,
They'll announce it next year.
Yeah, they'll announce it next year because they already said that we're not going to hear anything more about Nintendo NX until next year. So.
Right. So, as
I
far
don't
as when
think
they
it'll
drop
be
it,
handheld. I think a lot of people are talking
2017 or
about
18.
because a lot of people are talking about how the NX. I know it probably just stands for Nintendo Next. to be
Right.
honest,
Or
but
yeah.
a lot of people's speculation is that it stands for Nintendo Crossover, which would be amazing if they made it to where the gamepad or whatever was like a portable little machine of its own.
Yeah. It'd drive up the price to astronomical proportions too. They would have to, in order to make that affordable, the system would basically have to be another way in the sense that, it would have to be released with like maybe marginally better than Wii U specs. Because if they're going to release a portable and the system together in a package like that, yeah, they couldn't do it without sacrificing the power of the system to make it affordable. I mean, if
No. What I meant when I asked my question initially, do you think they're going to release a second handheld console?
No.
Oh no, they'll stick with the 3DS till it dies. Well, not till it dies, but until they see fit.
They're good at extending the life of those things, like with the original Game Boy.
People are speculating that we could see the return of the Game Boy. To be honest.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
I don't think so. I think that the DS is going to be where it's at. If not, I wouldn't mind seeing a return to the Game Boy, but I think we have a control stick instead of a D-pad, and we'd have 4 buttons instead of 2.
Yeah. It'd be, but the thing is, Nintendo likes to do their own thing, and if they release a new portable that just is basically a traditional handheld like that, in the sense, even if it comes with the analog sticks and all the bells and whistles
and everything.
Yeah, it's still going to be essentially like a Vita in the sense that it doesn't do anything to differentiate itself.
Well,
and I don't think that's Nintendo's tack.
Except it's a dedicated games machine for a lot of people.
Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing. I mean, it's a extension of the 3DS line.
It does all these other things.
When you stop talking, people think you're done.
But there's all these things. But for a lot of people, they still refer to it as their dedicated games machine. which nowadays that's kind of a rare thing. Like my Xbox One is on right now, and I'm watching YouTube videos.
All right.
I'm not playing a game on it. I'm watching YouTube videos. My Wii U is more of a dedicated games machine than my Xbox is.
But that doesn't matter to your average consumer. Like, that's something that we value, as gamers. Like, your average consumer wants those bells and whistles, which is why they throw them in, I mean, even the 3DS you can watch Netflix on.
Yeah.
I've just noticed something. Apparently the new Fire Emblem is going to come out with different prices.
Huh.
So,
okay. So maybe...
Yeah, what Riot said might be true, actually.
You still get one version with both storylines tied in.
Mm-hmm. Which is, like, technically we both were right.
Everybody's right.
Yes.
Everybody wins, except nobody wins. We all lose.
Damn you, Nintendo!
Oh, and that smoking gun thing, I've been kind of poking on it.
Just fucking chime in there?
Yeah, right? But that smoking gun, Gamergate smoking gun, seems to be a video based on the talking about, like, basically the games media trying to shape perception.
Oh, so it was what we were discussing earlier.
Kinda, in a way.
It's actually more geared towards academics and games designers making the game, not using the game's media to control, using the games to control.
Right. But it looks like they're trying to...
They straight up talk about, in that video, around the 38-minute mark, you can hear Heather Kelly talking about how they would like to use certain things like a Foursquare game-type app to encourage people, and this sounds nice at first, encourage people to go to the polling stations and vote.
Right.
And then he goes on to say, and you could encourage them with virtual currency to even vote for a particular politician.
Right.
Buying votes with virtual currency. Right after that, they go on to talk about how they need the Sex Pistols of the indie game scene. They need Rockstar game devs to come out and make it cool to be subversive to traditional gaming.
Right, and the thing I was getting at is that kind of ties into the whole gamers are dead thing, in the sense that the media was used to kind of help facilitate that by pushing perception of games from being for us towards a more general population, like the general mainstream public. Like when they said gamers are over, gamers are dead, that was them saying, like, these guys aren't your audience anymore. So, like trying to kind of condition them to make the sort of games that facilitate the shit.
Like most of the casuals I talk to on a day-to-day basis, dude, never heard of Gamergate. They don't know what the fuck any of this is.
Oh yeah.
Like.
No,
they've seen a lot of, like, the articles from websites that somebody will post on their Facebook feed or some shit like that, talking about how, oh, we're all sexist, and they'll be like, no, I'm not. No excuse.
Right. But I think the those articles, though, were kind of meant for the developers, really, more than they were us, in the sense that, because
that's who they were.
Yeah, they're trying to say, these unwashed masses who bitch about your games, they're not your audience. You can make games for sophisticated people and shit, like.
Well, it's not even that. It's much more insidious than that, because it's talking about control. They're discussing the ethics of controlling people via game mechanics and acting real-world change. Where is the line between just outright control and encouragement and all this happy shit? They talk about hacking politics.
But do you know where that starts? That doesn't start with it. That doesn't work with us. That's what I'm saying. You get us out of the way, because that doesn't work with us. We don't. The average mainstream gamer, or not mainstream.
Traditional.
The non-traditional gamer is going to be more susceptible to that, because we're conditioned not to fall for that shit. So that's why I think they were trying to eliminate us as a market, in a sense, as an audience, to bring, so they can bring those, like you said, start kind of introducing that control into the games people play and stuff.
Now, I'd also like to point out the fact that would essentially mean crashing the market as it is, and then rebuilding from scratch. What they're essentially saying is they want to kill the old style of gamers to bring in a new, to essentially control the masses. Now,
and what Josh was getting at is called context hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Yeah, I just find this entire situation / scenario very skeezy.
Yeah.
It's just.
And
Oh,
I'm
and
still
Heather
reading
Kelly
up on
with
it.
me
So.
as a game designer. It doesn't
Watch
sit
the
well
video.
with me.
The first thing you should do is watch that entire
Mhm.
video of that conference. While you're doing that, start reading a couple of the first articles. Then, when
Right.
you're done with the video, start reading more because a lot of the core of what's surrounding it is just talked about right within that video. There's a couple more highlighty type parts, but just really kind of listen to everybody talk and then go into all the other stuff. It's a shit ton of information. I'm still going through all of it, but and this is from 2009 to 2011.
Mm-hmm.
This is years old information and planning and things that we want to do. Heather Kelly, by the way, is I don't know if Polytron is a company anymore. Evan. Heather Kelly was working with Polytron.
Right. And that was Phil Fish?
Yeah.
The Fish guy? Yeah. But yeah, my understanding is very limited. I just started poking through this, and it's compelling stuff. So, do what Josh said.
To go through it. I don't even encourage anybody to draw any conclusions until they go through all the information. There's a lot there, but there's already some shit where it's like, where they talk about, literally, I'm not even freaking making this up or fucking hyperbole. They say, we would, you get people to vote through the Foursquare app. You can encourage people to vote by giving them virtual points or virtual currency, and even get them to vote for particular political candidates.
Yeah, that's really
Buying
really
votes
creepy.
with virtual currency.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Man, people will do anything for that GTA cash, man.
That's called fucking voter fraud. That's called fucking voter fraud.
Yeah, it is.
That is.
Uh,
I'm trying to make light of a serious situation.
Right. But yeah, I just wanted to address it because we're kind of getting into the home stretch here, and what is it,
Yeah,
Bakura?
Top of the episode, somebody was talking about it. I wasn't
Yeah.
100% sure what was going on. I figured it was
I'm
what
still
Josh
not.
was talking about earlier.
If you read the 8chan thread, there's a lot to take in. So
Yeah, like Nact has a twit longer about it. There's an 8chan thread. There's a Reddit thread. Go to your local Gamergate information hub to find out more.
yeah, post your dick pic on Twitter, and we'll.
Head to the nearest triangle for more information.
Oh, wow! I'm eating these Doritos Jack 3D, man, and they're triangles. Whoa!
Oh my god, where's Synthivine at?
Yeah, right.
Oh, shit.
But yeah.
Any other things from the Nintendo Direct that we want to discuss?
Mario Maker coming this fall, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mario Maker looks boss.
Done it?
Here's the 30th anniversary. I did want to highlight this.
30th.
Yeah.
38th.
Sorry, I must have started. Yeah. 30th,
No worries, man.
Anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys think this is all they have planned for Mario? I mean,
Nah.
they're gonna do something
Nah.
else.
Dude, look what all they did for just Luigi.
Yeah, I could.
You say
I don't
just
know,
Luigi.
but a lot of people are speculating possibly we'll get an announcement for Galaxy 3. I think that's a little high.
I think we'll get a HD, version of Galaxy 1 and 2, like they did with Zelda. I don't think they're gonna.
speculating, that we'll get the next big HD.
Yeah,
Mario game. I don't think it'll.
I
happen.
think
I'm sorry.
it's going to be a brand new Mario IP in general.
yeah, and who knows though? At this point,
You know what?
it's kinda
I
hard
would
to tell.
love sunshine. Bring me sunshine, please. Give me sunshine.
You know what, man? And I don't know if you're saying that if you're joking or not, but I
No,
would not
being
mind
serious.
seeing more of
I'm
that.
being genuinely serious, man.
Yeah.
Because I didn't own a GameCube, so anytime I played it, I was like, yes.
Oh, I fucking thoroughly enjoyed that game, man. I was huge on it, dude. Like,
It's really fucking. It's a bad game for people with OCD, and I want to fuck with people I know.
right.
Like, oh yeah, here's this. Have fun.
But it was another one of those games that kind of came out and felt a little unfinished. Like, and the same, we talked about Wind Waker being kind of that way, I think, last week.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where, a lot of the blue coin challenges and shit seemed to be in place of, like, more content. But what was there I thought was pretty fantastic myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And I was watching one of the Game Grumps videos the other day, Mario 3, and Aaron Hansen has a habit of, or had a habit at the time of shitting on the Mario series as being Me Too kind of samey games. But here's the thing: Mario 64 was different than Mario World. Super Mario Sunshine was different from Mario 64. Galaxy was different from both of those games. Like, okay, so you got an Italian in fucking overalls running and jumping and shit, but aside from that, each game has really kind of, tried new things,
Yeah.
To varying degrees of success, but they've tried. And so, I mean,
they iterate, but at the same time they innovate.
right, and that's the thing. I mean, any sequel is going to take, the fundamentals of what worked and then build upon them, because that's how sequels work. But
Yeah.
with
The new Super Mario Brothers, what they keep doing there is they knew people want a 2D platform
Right.
for that game to come back, so that's what they did. They appeased to that crowd.
right, and that's the thing. To various degrees of success. Like, I liked New Super Mario 2. They reintroduced the fucking raccoon suit, and it works properly. You can run and fly and all that shit.
Then with New Super Mario Brothers U, they introduced the cat suit.
Or no, New Super Mario U was that weird flying raccoon suit or flying squirrel or whatever the fuck that thing was.
I thought it was the cat suit.
No, that's Mario 3D World.
Yeah, that's Mario 3D World. He's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is also pretty fantastic.
It is.
I'd like to point that out.
It is. It's great. I'm playing through it right now, actually. Well, I'm gonna start again. I had to transfer all my shit to a new hard drive, and it turns out that you can't do that. You have to re-download everything. So I'm in the process of re-downloading all my Wii U shit. But as soon as that's done, I'll get into that, because it really is a fantastic game. And surprisingly, I mean, well, not so surprisingly, if you played the 3DS one, it's got a lot of longevity. Like, after you think you're done, there's a whole fucking, shit ton more content on the back end to fuck around with, and some of it gets really difficult. And you can unlock Rosalina from Mario Galaxy. But,
Who is allegedly Mario's daughter. But that's
yeah,
just a theory.
Yeah. Fucking game theory.
Well, we're in the end stretch of the show, so we're going to go ahead and do our shilling and our promoting and stuff.
We got 15 minutes.
Yeah, no, we've got quite a bit to promote, especially with the new series we're starting to film
yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Daryl and I got together and we brainstormed some shit. In other words, I thought of it and he thought it was a good idea too.
I thought of it. Hey, I thought of it way before, and fucking Arano, from Game Center, thought about it before both of us. No, but yeah.
Well, we got a little idea, and we could use some help from the community to come up with some things as well too. So, pretty much what it is we're going through some of we're calling it Retro Wars, and our idea is to challenge ourselves with some levels from our past that we either couldn't beat or are just pretty damn hard and we think would make good content for us trying to repeat success over the years and shit like that. A couple of the ones we have set right now is the minecart level for Donkey Kong. That would be my kryptonite. Genesis kid growing up, didn't own a Super Nintendo. Every time I went to a cousin's or a friend's house, I'd play Donkey Kong, get to that level, and then die repeatedly. So.
And we're talking the first minecart level here, folks.
Yeah,
so.
Not even the second one, like the first one. The one with there's a fucking barrel that you can just drop off the ledge and shoot yourself to the end of the level. That level.
Oh wait, you can't use that.
Yeah, I know. We can't do that. We can't do the cheap amount. We actually have to complete the level.
Yep.
Using the cart. Then the second one we're doing the 25 lives in Super Mario 3.
Yeah, first to 25, any method.
Mm-hmm.
We're using the All-Star cart there because I couldn't find one so.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what was the third one? Did we have that set?
See, we had a third one, and I can't for the life of me fucking remember what it was.
Motherfuckers need to keep notes when you're brainstorming.
I know we wanted to stick with the SNES for this first episode, but I think we might jump to Genesis just for this third challenge because I think the only other one I can remember is the
first to 100 rings in Sonic.
I know we've got a couple co-op challenges we're gonna do. Like we're gonna do some Contra and whatnot.
Yeah, we're gonna try and beat Contra 30 lives, and I never played the game, so It's been forever since him, and I've never played it, so it'll be a nice little twist.
Right.
Then we
Personally,
got
Rise. Never played Contra. Never played Zelda: A Link to the Past. I mean,
Zelda family. I've never played Link to the Past.
And that's another one we're gonna do. We're gonna
Finish the Master
first
Sword.
the Master Sword from the start of the game. So, which is gonna be tough for me because I tend to get OCD with that game. Like I'm like, okay, what
you
can I
want to
get
get every
now?
heart piece, everything like that.
Yep. Yeah, and it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what steps I need to take to get to the Master Sword and just stick to that.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm the same fucking way. Like I'm probably gonna have to watch a couple speedruns just to know what steps to take as well.
Well, see, and I think one of the ideas we wanted to do, and we want some audience feedback on this, is we were thinking
you want
about
us to go in blind, or you
run.
want us to be able to
Yeah,
actually educate ourselves properly beforehand?
and I think on certain games, like I kind of want to give Raya a heads up on Mario 3 because I know a really quick way to get lives on that. So it's one of those things where do I want to keep that close to the chest and win the thing, having an unfair advantage, or do I want to put us up, on the same?
when JonTron was playing that one Nintendo or Nickelodeon game with Ego Raptor, and fucking Ego Raptor was getting so pissed off that JonTron went.
Oh, Guts? Was it Guts?
Yeah.
He's like, how do you do that? And John's like, oh, I don't know. You're just good. I'm just good at it, man. and it's like, fuck! Like, why do you do this? Yeah. See, that's the thing. Do we go for the comedy? Because, part of this is.
I think we should probably just try and go in blind as often as we can, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would suggest.
I'm cool with that. And in fact, you know what?
I think we're gonna do the Cave of Wonders as our third challenge tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Cave of Wonders on
Aladdin for the
Aladdin
Genesis.
For the Genesis, yeah.
And in fact, what we could do is we can set up a third-party intermediate for audience suggestions, and then have them compile the ones that they think, would make a good episode, and then just give us our assignments the day, the day of.
We gotta stress this though. There are a few ground rules to these challenges. No JRPGs, because we don't want anybody to say, "Oh yeah, beat Emerald in Final Fantasy VII."
Right.
So no JRPGs because it's just going to take way too long and way too much grinding.
Platformers are going to be the better choice in most cases,
Yeah. At the same time, what was the other one? Fuck. I had another ground rule. I can't fucking remember it. God damn it. Another thing. We don't necessarily have to beat it. If we call it quits, we call it quits. We take the loss. And
Right.
Either one of us get a point for we win. So it is what
Really?
it is there. Yeah,
I think
it's one of the things, but we gotta genuinely try. We can't make one or two attempts and be like, oh fuck this, I quit.
right.
If somebody recommends Turbo Tunnel, I want to give it a genuine school grade try. I don't want to jump in there, lose my life, and then be like, fuck this game, I'm done.
Well then,
I'm telling you right now, Turbo Tunnel. Yeah, my brain works at the pace of a fucking 95-year-old man with fucking Alzheimer's. Okay, so
No.
I can't even see that shit.
They just
Like
did a
I'm
bunch of
saying-
stuff on there.
no. Before the show, Rye and I discussed I think Daryl, you were there for that too. You guys doing Super Ghouls and Goblins just to see who would get the farthest within 3 lives.
Yeah,
That would be a cool challenge, in my opinion.
that'd be good.
hmm
Turbo Tunnel, they have a bar to mark your progress in Turbo Tunnel, don't they?
I don't know, dude. It's been fucking at least a decade and a half or two since I fucking played that game.
Well,
And I
was
wasn't
saying,
good at it
that-
back
that
then.
we- that we could make that the bar for the point.
Okay. Well,
Because
there
we're made
are
farther in
checkpoints.
Turbo Tunnel.
Yeah. We'll work that particular one out, but
The main ground rule I want to set is that no JRPGs, because that's
Right.
going to be far too much grinding, and neither one of us have enough free time on our hands. Well, maybe he has a little more free time than I do, and it's just not happening.
not really, not lately. I mean, I'm home, but I have no free time. But keep in mind, if you think there are interesting goals in fighting games or racing games or whatever, those are fair game too. Just keep in mind that we want to keep it mostly retro. We're talking Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, early stuff like that.
If we
For the most part.
If we jump into the 64-bit and shit like that, that's fine too. I
That
really
is.
would prefer to stay out of the PS2 era.
Right.
Stay back anything from PS1 and anything back that then like that's fine.
Right. But yeah, just generally, go back and watch some of the early Game Center CX stuff where they assigned, Arano like 5 challenges in a show, like defeat the mid boss in this level of this game, or get so many, or even hunt down some episodes of Nick Arcade.
Yeah.
For an idea. And so yeah, just hit us up. You can either hit Rye up here on YouTube
Twitter
or Twitter,
comments, whatever you guys can find me, hit me up and I'll see it.
And same here too. And we'll run this stuff by each other and all that. And I'm really excited, man, because I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah. And then of
And
course
also-
we got. I just want to put this out there.
Sure,
that,
go for it.
We're both recording the videos. We're both going to have our own results on our own channel. But we're going to be playing the game simultaneously, so you'll be able to hear each other's reactions. So if one of us is fucking up massively, you'll be able to hop to another person's channel and watch their video of the same playthrough.
Right.
Now, at the same time, our buddy Josh here is going to edit one of these videos down for us and combine them into one mashup and put it on supernerdland.com. So we'll be able to find the mashup video on that website as well.
Yeah. Do it like switching camera angles.
Yeah.
And again, if there's anything you
Meanwhile, fuck.
right.
Exactly.
And if you think there's anything that can spice up the show, any additional ideas, by all means, feel free to make suggestions. And I'm not going to say we're going to implement them all or even be able to, but definitely any good ideas will not go unconsidered for sure. So.
Yeah,
So,
we're
yeah.
open to any challenges. The only
Now-
thing is no JRPGs.
And I do want to
cannot
ask you
stress that
something.
enough.
Do you want to ask you something, Rye? Are you open to shitty games?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We can fucking play Takenchi's Challenge if you want, dude.
Oh, fuck no. I'd rather stab myself repeatedly in the eye.
First one to make it to the cave.
Well, 6 days later, and we're fucking dead of malnutrition. we fucking die of hunger because we haven't stopped playing. So
But
first
yeah,
fucking
that's,
Let's Play snuff film.
And I can't want to stress that too. This isn't going to be a Let's Play. You're not going to see the entire playthrough
Right.
of us playing the game or anything like that. It'll very much be a that level kind of deal, or maybe the process of us getting to that level. We haven't really decided on that yet, but we'll get there.
Right. Yep. Oh, and I wanted to plug another YouTube channel.
Go ahead.
It's called Gaming History Source. They do a lot of comparison videos between various versions of a given game. Like
neat.
they'll take like every version of like say Donkey Kong that they could get a hold of, and just do a video that highlights maybe a few minutes of gameplay from each to show the differences and stuff. And it's really fascinating stuff. It's well worth a view. I subscribed yesterday because I was like, ooh, this is right up my alley.
Yeah, I was actually I think I was watching Did You Know Gaming?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
came
great
across,
channel.
That's a great channel, yeah.
Isn't it? There was this chick who like she does the Pokemon videos, and I'm like, dude, she sounds hot. Like I want to know
she
more
sounds
about this
adorable.
chick.
Yeah.
So I go and I check on her videos. I'm like, yeah, she's hot, and she knows her shit.
Right.
Like, goddamn, this
And
bitch
see-
is fucking versed in this motherfucker. Like,
I
damn.
think they just narrate. I think the folks behind the channel write the content.
Yeah.
'Cause they've had John Tron on and
Yeah, they cycle through.
Yeah,
Ego
they
Raptor.
actually had Total Biscuit on. No, he did a lore. He did the lore
Right.
in 5 minutes.
And-
so,
but
yeah.
it's all, and see, a lot of it's stuff that the more obsessive of us kind of already know, but
Yeah.
it's
There'll
still
always be that like 25% that you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, no,
shit,
but like
huh?
this chick,
Exactly.
her videos, though, she'll explain like how to do EVs for Pokemon and stuff like that, like things that I never even knew what the fuck the hell they were talking
Well,
about because that
Jo-
was mainly after my time.
Right. Hey, Josh, did you see the Nintendo DS video? Apparently, you can play one of the old Game and Watch mini games in there, if you on the in the 3DS.
Oh, it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's one of those things I never knew, man. So yeah, that's definitely another channel to keep an eye on as well if you haven't seen it.
And
Did
then
you
they
guys
got,
ever watch those shoot where they? I think it was I was ended up mixing up the two GameSpot fucking retrospectives.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, G4
Those are
or not
great.
G4, but game trailers.
Game
Yes.
trailers, that was it. Game trailers. Yeah,
Those are
retrospectives. Oh.
Some of the time they get their information way off on those, and it's okay for the most part. You get the general idea, but yeah, it's not a bad series, and the production on those is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
And the narrator is not hard on the ears at all. So unlike yours truly, who has to struggle to breathe. Listen, guys. But yeah, no, that's another good series.
Westerly Unlikely, that's who that is right there.
Oh yeah, right. But they've done retrospectives on like Metroid, Castlevania, Metal Gear, Resident Evil, stuff like that. It's all real fascinating stuff. Zelda, if I didn't already say that.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. We're at 9 o'clock now.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and just go down the line. Daryl, go ahead and let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me in your mom's bedroom.
Without pissing off the audience.
Okay, you can find me in Risemon.
Oh my God.
No, yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Cyberzion. It's CyberXION_101. Twitch, same without the 101.
No, it has the 101.
Oh, it has the 101. I have to look at the description here to find out where you can find me. All the links are right there, actually. That's pretty much. I haven't done any streaming in a while.
And actually, we're probably gonna, if we do stream again, it'll probably be on Hitbox just because of the increased bitrate and everything. So.
Yeah, I just got to figure out I mean, if we're doing our show, I can stream that using OBS to Hitbox, I believe. But yeah, I'll be making the exodus to fucking Hitbox as soon as I can find a program that's compatible with my capture software. But yeah, that's where you can find me, and I do stuff on my YouTube channel occasionally. But yeah. And by the way, if you've got ideas for episodes of our show, you're going to want to hit me up on my channel and just send me a message, and I'll look at it and pretend like it's a love letter and get really obsessed with you and follow you home.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying at all. No. I'm outside your window right now.
Watch out for the glare.
Yeah. Yeah. And
shit.
if a train comes by, I'll give you a good show. But no, yeah.
You thought
that's
the,
where you
you
can
thought
find
the cat sitting on your fence was annoying. Wait until this fucker's waving his dick at trains.
me. Yeah. Hell, I'll get one of those little soundboard things and bring it with me. Just, oh, is that a train? Maybe. Yeah. But no.
Go ahead and let the nice people know where to find you. I say nice people as if they're actually watching still. But.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice person.
they can find me on Twitter at livefire940, and currently I am working on a couple of projects behind the scenes, but nothing I would like to announce as of yet. But yeah, if you guys
Not even Dr. Fierce?
well, downright fierce,
I
but
was working on your mom too.
yeah, that too. And possibly failing other suicide bombing attempts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have. I'm currently working on Downright Fierce, which is
I fucking love that name.
yeah.
You're downright fierce. And also Fireball.
yes.
I explained that for myself, not because I think the audience is retarded. I just got that pun.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the audience is retarded, and you have.
And I'm retarded as well. Well, considering I'm currently one of the audience members, that's probably.
It's accurate.
Yeah. But no,
I'm
sorry.
retarded too because I'm one of the audience members as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just
Yeah.
we're working on creating Street Fighter content down the road as well.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that.
It's exciting
And
stuff for sure.
I have a couple of projects on the back burner that I will reveal soon, hopefully. Yeah, that's it.
Neat. Cool.
All right, Josh, go ahead and let them know all the people. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Okay. Talk.
Words. That's all, folks.
Yeah, I'm at Dockbury, the twatters. The meters. And them their Twitters. You can also go to @SuperNerdland for the Super Nerdland Twitter account, but you can also find a whole big bunch of me and a whole bunch of other people over at supernerdland.com where we're just writing about stuff and having fun about it.
Watch
Now
our
there's- and there's
watch
currently
our Insect Armageddon Let's Play, you fuckers.
and there's currently a link to that website in the description now too as well. So we to click there for a quick jump to that website.
Do it. Why
Super
not?
Nerdland, cool stuff, no bullshit. Or Super Nerdland, pretty cool.
Super Nerdland is a pretty cool guy.
For you.
As always, if you guys enjoyed the show, just please use this time, subscribe to my channel. Click the little thumbs up down there. Make sure you guys tune in next week for the next episode. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, share it with your friends.
Do it.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, if you
Later,
enjoyed
guys.
the show, then what the fuck is wrong with you? No,
See
we love you
guys
guys.
next week.
Later.
Ma.